watching it back, some things are a bit cringy. You know, like the especially the women. Like I cannot watch a Sable and Jacqueline match anymore. The only wrestler that I could fully watch was China, but that still was a little bit painful, especially with the way that her life went downhill. um just some of the things that was on the Attitude Era was just not of quality. And to be honest, I was watching WCW more than I was watching
Yeah,
WWE because
I
I
feel
was
like
because
WCW was popular made. You
it
know.
was, and I wanted to watch something that had more of a professional wrestling sense, even though WCW still has some trash to it as well. But what we're witnessing right now is not only sports entertainment, we're watching some professional wrestling as well. And as you guys said, this is like it's a public company. So there's some things that we're not going to like. There's some matches that we're not going to like. There's some pay-per-views that we're not going to like. One thing I can say, we're not going to always be happy. But at the end of the day, we're still wrestling fans. We have the right, we have you know, the right to critique, but we still gonna enjoy it at the end of the day. And the amazing thing about it is you don't have to watch WWE. There's so much other promotions to watch, so much other territories to watch. So we're in the era now that we have so much choices. Like you do not have to watch WWE at all. Like you could just stay watching indie stuff. You could just be an AEW mark. You could watch TNA all day, every day. You could even go back to the old TNA matches on YouTube. Like the accessibility that we have versus what we didn't have is amazing. So I think that's the great thing about professional wrestling is that we have so much access to it, and you just don't have to watch the product that's on right now. You could literally watch anything and enjoy it. And that's my
That's
take.
true. That's true. And you
Very
can also
true.
watch it. You can watch TNA. They show a lot of throwback matches on Instagram. They've been showing it on TikTok and Facebook Live.
And on
And
YouTube as well.
YouTube.
Like
Hmm.
I was just in another live, and people were like someone was saying the best AJ style matches was with him, that he had one with John Cena, and everybody went off on him. No, he's young.
No,
He never watched
no,
TNA, so we had to school
no.
him a little bit.
I
Like,
can name 5 TNA matches from AJ Styles' career. Number
Facts.
5 for me will be Austin Aries.
right.
Number 4 will be Bobby Roode. Number
Hmm.
3 will be his match with Jeff Hardy.
I wish they would. I wish he would have went more further his career in WWE because I used to like him in TNA.
Well, the person that said it only watched AJ Styles in WWE. So what we were telling him is that his best matches besides TNA is also New Japan. So like that's where these type of panels, like you can literally teach people to watch certain pay-per-views, watch certain matches, like because it doesn't always start from WWE. I think people kind of mistake that. Like WWE has not been the starting career of a lot of people. This is just like either their prime or towards their end that they finally get an opportunity to be in WWE. But
Facts.
AJ Styles, for example, his best stuff is in TNA New Japan. That's
Yeah.
literally where his best stuff is. So
Yep. It what didn't I just not to cut you off, Joe. Didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say that his best stuff is in TNA and New Japan? I said that. I said that. This is why I said this is why I said I feel like a lot of the people that have just started watching wrestling, they don't know the AJ Styles that we watched.
Hmm.
They
right.
just know the current AJ Styles. You know what I'm
But
saying?
they didn't get the best of him in TNA or New Japan.
He
No,
didn't
they
get the
didn't.
six-sided ring. AJ Styles.
Yeah, they didn't get that, and this is why I kind of got annoyed with AJ Styles when he said that's when he became phenomenal when he was in WWE.
Um,
I was like,
He
yo,
was
bro,
already a
either
phenomenal one. He was a phenomenal one from TNA. Really, it
exactly,
started. He recreated himself, the phenomenal one, leaving Ring of Honor to go to TNA.
yeah, like
Hey,
and
dude, he was the
Hey,
leader, one
Bars,
of
I'm
the
gonna
leaders
ask
of
you, what
Bullet
happened
Club.
to the wrestler? because I thought he was good too. The rest of, he called himself suicide. What happened to him?
Suicide is what's his name? T.J. Perkins. He's in New Japan.
Yeah, he's in the. I think he's getting ready for the best of the Super Juniors.
Yeah, that's
So,
Suicide.
Because I used to like watching him at TNA.
Nah, Suicide was dope, but that the original Suicide is T.J. Perkins, and there was another Suicide too. I forgot who he was, but the
I
original
thought
Suicide. Huh?
Christopher Daniels filled in a few times as Suicide.
Oh,
Then
okay,
you had,
okay,
yeah.
okay, okay. All right, all right.
then the original. Now I like the original Sin Cara. After he made his first debut, I didn't see him. It wasn't the same Sin Cara. It seemed like they had like three different Sin Caras in WWE.
Well, the original Sin Cara was what's his face? Dude that matter of fact, the original Sin Cara was wasn't he Samoan?
Yeah,
Wasn't he Samoan?
yeah.
What's his face? Was Sin Cara? Damn, I forgot his name.
But Sin Cara was he was real when I seen him. He was real skinny, and this dude he had some moves on him. Then after that, they had made another showing. This Sin Cara, he was way bigger than the Sin Cara that I saw. I'm like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Sin Cara that we seen on TV is the one I'm thinking, but I can't remember his name. But he filled in for Sin Cara. He was Sin Cara, and then somebody else played Sin Cara after that. Then the real
That's
Sin
the one that
Cara,
got fired. That's the one that got fired initially from
yeah,
WWE.
yeah. Then the real Sin Cara, we never got a chance to see the real Sin Cara until later.
I
But
think the
we
real Sin Cara is back in CMLL. I think.
yeah. So that's kind of what happened. So yeah.
Are you starting with me already, Darkwing? I'm gonna start calling you Dark Duck. I am like sunburnt. I am tired. I'm
You
like
sound
just
like
want
you
to be
tired.
chill
You sound like
tonight.
you had a rough
I
day.
am.
Yeah.
I have been up since like 6:30 this morning. I have a farmer's tan on my arm because it was so hot here. But
Just
my
don't
nephew
call me
hit a home
Black Wing like
run.
bars.
Oh, I'm going to. Oh, wait a
Don't
minute.
do
Wait, wait,
that.
wait, 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 wait.
So
Bars,
Angel, real
did
quick.
you not learn your lesson? And you let him up here yesterday?
Yeah, but
Was this like,
but to
was this like a traumatic experience and you just totally blacked out for a moment of who the person was that was coming up on the panel?
yeah,
Like,
to my defense, I was trying to give him a chance, and he blew it. So we kicked him out. You know what I'm saying? Like we was trying to give him a chance, and then he
I
blew
have
it,
to
and we
know what
kicked
was
him
the
out.
comment that made you say, "Okay, that's enough. I remember everything
He
now."
kept crashing out. He would not let nobody talk. Every time we try to get this man, I keep telling him like, "Yo, man, TikTok language." This guy kept going off, so I didn't get mad. I just kind of let it. I just kind of kicked him out. I said, "Yo, you gotta go, man. You gotta go." You know,
Have
because
you accepted enough abuse already?
yes,
Or
I
will there be
accepted
another
enough.
round?
No, no,
He,
no.
nah,
I
What's
it's a
crazy?
60. He got a
What's
60 day. He
crazy
got a
is
60
that
day ban.
Bars had
Oh,
originally put him
Jesus.
on a 2 week ban, and
Over
I
two
thought it
and
month.
was
he
a
let him
It
up
was a
month.
two
before the
month
two
ban.
weeks was over.
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. He would not be joining this live for a very, 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 very long time. He's on suspension for a bit. You know what I mean? You know,
until
Hey,
until
Ladybug, you better
Valentine's Day,
stop. You
right?
better stop.
Or the
Hey,
next
Angel.
holiday.
Angel. What did you think?
Yes, sir.
What is your letter grade system for tonight's PLE?
If I can give him a letter, O for awful. Oh, that's actually an A, but never mind.
That's an A.
It wasn't that good. Yeah, B for bad.
What did y'all think about
See,
the ending?
I didn't care for it. I'm tired of the low blows. I'm tired. The entire pay per view had interference except for the Lyra match. If you think about it,
Yeah, I
the
got bullied
entire
when
pay
it
per
came
view.
out.
I'm over it. I literally like this was just and plus it was not even really 3 hours. Like this was 5 hours of just nonsense, in my opinion. It just was. It was a Raw episode or a SmackDown episode.
Mhm.
I feel like
It wasn't that great.
when once WWE had got um, that contract with what's it, Netflix.
It's not
I
going
feel,
anywher.
I
It's a
feel
long.
like
It's a
once they got
long.
with
A long
Netflix,
contract.
like Triple H is just making anytime he said that the matches could last 10 to 20 minutes, or he could say it could be on for an hour. Like I think that's kind of crazy. You show a couple the matches be real fast because I think it was one episode they had recently. It came on at 8 o'clock and it went on by nine. It went on by 9:45. I'm like,
So Raw can go as long as 4 hours, but typically it's like 2.5 hours. They can go up to that amount of time. They choose not to. So I think they just pick and choose. More than likely after SummerSlam, we probably will get a 3 hour episode, just because again it'll be after SummerSlam. But I don't know. I was bored. I'll be honest. Like the first match I thought was great, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's gonna have a spark. Um, I'm not liking Jeff Cobbs being with this Bloodline 2.0. I really wanted him to have his own like dynamic entrance, but I'll see how it goes. I think it's weird to put him with Solo, but I just and I don't know. It just to me just seemed like another Raw episode. I mean, I kind of agree with OVW, a 3 out of 5. It wasn't anything spectacular. And I mean, Gunther's match with Pat was pretty good. I kind of liked Michael interfering, but I mean, again, there was nothing that stood out to me. Was like, oh yay, this was incredible. I want to watch this PLE again.
Hey,
I'll be
Toxic, you see
honest.
who's here?
That's
Mr.
all
Oh
Taylor,
no.
I've
I
heard
Oh,
so
okay,
much
okay,
about
okay,
you,
okay, okay.
sir.
Oh.
Okay.
I think you should come join
Oh
us.
boy.
I
Oh
really
boy.
do, sir.
I,
Please, I would
I,
love to meet you.
I feel like I've known you for like 10 years, man. I've been hearing so many good things about you, sir. Like, welcome to our life, man. Like, you know, what can I say? You're a very popular guy. Yeah.
See with Chris.
Jonah, if you want to learn about Jeff Cobbs, go to Lucha Underground. You can go to New Japan, MLW. His name, just simply Google his name, hit Wikipedia, and you will find a list of matches of where he's been, and definitely go watch it. He is worth it, sir.
Also, he is
Sir,
a 2000.
Mr.
He's a
Taylor, there is no
2004.
smoke. There's no smoke that you can hit me with,
And
sweetheart.
Hey, conscious. Hey,
Hey,
But
man.
conscious.
I'm glad.
Oh,
I'm
God.
glad you're willing to make
Hey,
that.
man. I don't
Hold on,
know.
hold on for a second, Angel.
No, you're
Um,
fine.
hold on. I'm gonna
Hey,
just
I'll
respond.
drop
I'm
so he can
responding
come
to the
up if y'all
comments.
want.
I'm responding to the comments, guys. You ain't coming into this live. It ain't happening. We
Yeah,
ain't,
I don't think you. I don't think you want to come over here, man. Like well, look, man. I'm hyped off of this Wawa coffee, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like a Mexican
this ain't
jumping
the
bean
live
right
for you,
now,
Slim.
bro. I don't think you want. This ain't the live for you, bro. You know
hey,
what I'm
boys,
saying?
Put it
I'm gonna
this way,
ask y'all this.
Taylor. I will smoke you with the knowledge that I have, sir. And if you think you know the entire wrestling industry, sir, no. Yeah, this is not a safe space for you.
Yeah, it's definitely not a safe space for you,
Because
bro.
I heard what
We
you
don't
called
do
us
trolls,
fans, and I
dude.
don't
You
appreciate
you a
that.
big time troll as an indie wrestler claiming it. I don't know the legitimacy behind your wrestling credentials. If you are a legitimate indie wrestler or not, I'm calling you cap on that. But you just ain't the place for you. So I advise you to keep going over to Chris's live, do your thing over there. But nah, you ain't welcome here, dog. You welcome in
Yeah,
the
he
comments,
not
but you ain't
welcome.
welcome in the
He
live.
ain't welcome on
Hey,
Chris's live neither. He ain't
hey,
welcome over there
boys, I'm
neither.
gonna ask you who you can see today's wrestling. Who you can see who can carry WWE for the men's department.
Karrion Cross, if they
Who will
actually give
carry it to
him
like into the
Karrion
future?
Terry
Cross,
Cross will
Yeah,
probably gone by the
Karrion
summertime.
Cross, but the
I don't
problem is
know.
that they're too afraid to push him because they know that with the great work that he's doing, they know he's going to ask for more money, and that's what they don't want to deal with is having to go through a Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, John Cena, Roman Reigns contract negotiation. That's why they're like, oh, I don't know yet, I don't know, but it's like you have the product right in front of you.
And do you
Like,
think that's why they not showing him on TV as much
I
like they would
mean,
to?
let's be
He
honest.
I think he'll be gone by the
Rusev just
summertime.
came back, and Rusev has already had 2 matches. Aleister Black has returned and has had 3 matches. Karrion Cross
so
only had
Carrion,
one.
if you don't see a push with him by June, I'm gonna tell you right now, he's gone. His contract
Okay.
is up by this
Yes,
summer,
and yes, about the summer, yeah.
and yeah. So I want to say it's July or August. I can't remember the exact time frame, but
It's
it's by
July.
the end of the
It's July.
summer.
It's July.
Yeah. So he will be offered. He can go anywhere, but he would be the one that could potentially carry the industry, or at
Mm-hmm.
least carry WWE for the men's division on Raw or SmackDown. The only other person currently, and you can see that they're building him up, is going to be Braun Breaker. They see
Yeah.
something in him that I truly, yes, he's talented, but he is not that great on the mic, and this is why they stuck him with Paul Heyman. He's going to be the Brock Lesnar 2.0.
To be honest,
I feel,
Jonah,
You know, Tyree, you don't know shit. So why don't you go work security or for WWE
but
and earn your
Angel,
paycheck?
Angel,
how y'all
Angel,
feel
Angel,
about
Angel, Angel.
Nah, they
Don't
gonna
even
do.
don't even waste
Oh
your
no,
knowledge.
I'm good. But yeah, like what OVW, I more than likely you're gonna get Seth versus Braun Breaker. I have a feeling he's probably
Hmm.
gonna win Royal Rumble.
how y'all really feel about Jacob Fatu?
He's
Jacob
amazing.
Fatu is amazing, man. Like that dude is a
And love
problem,
Jacob.
If
bro.
they're smart, they'll keep doing
Yada
what they're
yada
doing,
me.
and he's the
Yada I
next
mean,
one.
Yada
I'm gonna
yada
tell you.
me.
I'm gonna tell
Fatu.
y'all
Even
this.
though, oh, go ahead,
He's
Jody.
the best. He's the
Jody,
hey girl.
oh my
He's the
Jody.
best Samoan,
Oh shit.
I think,
You
of all
better ask
Dark
time.
Rock.
Queen, don't come for her.
Okay.
That oh shit
My
better
my
not be for her.
my
I'm gonna
husband in
come
the
for you.
background, like, not better than The Rock. The Rock don't even.
Yes, he is. He's way
Yeah,
better than
he's
The
way better
Rock.
than The
Yeah,
Our
he's
Rock.
truth
way better
just
than The Rock.
interrupted John
He's
Cena's
way
press
better than the
conference.
Rock.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
Oh
watching it right
God.
now.
Okay.
So
I'm
Nah,
Cena
watching
but
is
I got
Alex
Cena is being
Hammerstone
respect.
right now
humble
on
in this post
MLW.
press
That's
conference.
better.
I got
Oh,
respect for Jacob Fatu, just off the strength that he does incredible work. I mean,
I like
Oh
Jacob
no. Oh
Fatu.
no. Oh
Now
hmm
what?
no.
Now why?
Oh, why they do that to him?
Oh,
Why they do that to him?
I was just trying to have a
He
good
just put
oh,
our
time.
Wait,
truth
what
through the table.
happened?
yeah. He just
John Cena
wait.
put
What's
our
going on?
truth through
Y'all
the
watching the
table.
post show?
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
that means on Friday, if I was our truth, which we know is going to happen, Randy Orton is going to be looking for
Oh,
you
he
for
is
the
showing
entire
off.
night, for the entire show. I got a feeling that Randy Orton is going to be looking for him. Where the hell is our truth?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. R Truth, I like R Truth. Like he's a funny cat to me, man. Like he been around forever. Like
And that's the
Oh,
problem. He's being overdone right now in WWE, my opinion. He's being overdone. It's to the point where it's like, why are you still here? You
He's
have
that
the money.
comedic
You have
relief. That's
and the
all he
crazy
that's all he's
and, the,
good for is
and
the
let me
comedic
tell you,
relief.
I really agree with you on that. But like for y'all to keep R Truth over Braun Strowman,
well, Braun
it,
Strowman,
Braun
I can
Strowman
see
ain't
why
got
they
no
let him
knees.
go. Yeah, he can't run no more. Braun is out after that leg. That's how I feel about Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens' neck injury. Let's be honest. I don't think he should come back. I don't think he should.
Speaking of Braun Strowman, he's not really fired, guys. I'm gonna just let y'all know. He has a stipulation within his situation that he's allowed to come back. He's allowed to come
Mm.
back and work certain matches. The only reason why they let him go was for the simple fact his contract was too high and they didn't want to pay him that money. Otherwise than that, they would have kept him because they would have kept him as one of the attraction type of guys. You know what I'm saying? So,
The White Keep almost.
huh? Whatnot? Well, he's an attraction guy too. You know?
This is exactly why they don't want to do it. They want to do it Karrion Cross because they're gonna try to put him in the same situation.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Karrion Cross should be a lot further in WWE than what he is right now. I definitely agree with you on that.
If we see Jeff Cobbs get more than one match within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
you know they is. You know they're
And
gonna
I
give
know,
him
and
a match.
I'm just saying, I don't want nobody talking about, oh, give Karrion Cross a chance, bro. Jeff Cobb just debuted at BackLash, already had 3 matches.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
hear it. At this point in time, you're wasting the product that is right in front of you. That's going to be excellent product. John is leaving. Randy is getting older. Rollins and Reigns are letting you know that hey, when we hit like mid 40s, we out. This is the perfect time to go ahead and utilize and capitalize on the talent that you have. You have Carmelo, yeah, like you said, Bon Darkwing. You have Carmelo Hayes. You have Karrion Cross. You have Austin Theory, Braun Breaker. You have Ray Phoenix. You got mad people that you can use.
Is it just me? I know I'm probably wrong, but is it just me that Austin his name Austin Theory?
Hmm.
Yeah.
He remind me of a younger Randy Orton.
Yeah, in respect to being arrogant, yeah,
Yeah,
arrogance, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the
Well,
personality wise, he
Mason in
he give
NXT
me that
gives
Randy
Randy
Orton,
Orton.
the Andy I mean Randy Orton
Austin
vibe.
Austin was supposed to be the next John Cena, not Randy. Next John Cena. That's who he's supposed to be pushed. Grayson Waller is the one that gives the Randy Orton vibes with the arrogance. But Mason, which I can't remember his last name, over in NXT that is going to fight Oba, that's the actual comparison to Randy Orton. He's
Mm.
has the entire thing.
yeah.
Do you think they're gonna change Braun Breaker name? Because I was hearing at one time a point they was thinking about changing his name to Steiner for more
Probably not
Braun
clout.
because
Steiner.
Steiner's son is in there. Rick Steiner's son is in WWE. So probably not. They'll probably keep him as Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, never mind. I had thought just went through my brain, but I wanted to ask Jay, can we officially say in most in respect to everybody here, like that the allure of WWE has lost, has really officially like gone out the pasture? The allure of WWE as far as wrestling, wrestling allure and entertainment.
I didn't understand the question because you were breaking up.
Oh,
You
can
sound
you hear me?
muffled a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Jay, I can say it, Swift. So Jay, he's asking, do you think WWE has lost its aura, its allure now that all this change has happened? Basically,
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it has. I think they have. Like if you and basically we've been talking about this a lot on the lives anyway. You know, WWE's not the WWE that we once all grew up watching and loved. Over the course of time, we've seen it evolve into something totally out of the realm. Like we can't even afford WWE nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like there is expensive money wise. You know what I mean? Who the WWE that we see now is basically catering to the fans that are I don't know, like the luxuries of people
The
that
1%.
yeah,
They cater to the 1%.
exactly. What he said? He said, "What y'all want, fan? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What you want? What do you want, y'all? What do you
It's
want, y'all
just
fans? What do you mean by that? What do you mean? What do we
what
want?
besides affordable tickets? I mean,
Good
Yeah,
that's just
wrestling.
yeah. We want actual wrestling. We want affordable costs. If it wasn't for us, type of fans, WWE wouldn't even be in existence. They wouldn't have been able to hold nothing. We're the reason why WWE won the Monday Night Raws. Cause we the hardcore fans. We the ones that want. We the ones that reason
Yeah, that's,
behind
and
that.
plus their stock value as a public trade company wouldn't be averaging $175 a share if it wasn't for us, the fans.
Yeah, like we the hardcore fans. The people that they're catering to are not really. They're not really fans. They're catering to the celebrities and all these folk.
corporate
Like,
America,
yeah,
Hmm.
they're not really wrestling
plain and simple.
fans. They're not really wrestling fans. Look at the one girl that was at an AEW event. She doesn't even watch wrestling like that. Did you hear what she said? I forgot exactly what she said, but
Oh,
y'all
she
heard.
was in the
She
movie.
basically said that wrestling scripted. It
Yeah,
was
well,
based is to sum it up.
we,
She was an actress and doing a wrestling movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
from Queen in the
I
Ring.
expected that.
yeah, but we knew that already. Like, what she had to go put that out there? We knew that already. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I wasn't really mad at her about it because she's a novice, so, and she's an actress, so she didn't really know. So I can't be as fault her for not knowing the kayfabe or the fourth wall of wrestling. So I can't really be fault her for that, but it is what it is.
yeah,
So to answer your question, Swift, it has lost its aura. It went from being a show about wrestling to being a show about wrestling moments. And
exactly.
that's pretty much what it is. So, and again, when people want to compare it and stuff, like just go to October of '99, the moment that you see publicly traded company take effect, and you'll see when actual wrestling was sucked out of the program, out of the
Oh
show.
Lord.
Hey, just so y'all know, he's not gonna stop.
Oh
No,
no,
Man.
I
it's
say
not.
bring
It's
him up.
not.
I would love to have a conversation with him. I would love to, because it's
I'll
funny
drop
that
so
you
he can
say
come up
like
here if y'all want.
You don't need
no, no, no. It's okay.
No,
No, no, no. This is not my show. And I said I would love it, but again, I'm sure he'll be on another live somewhere. Darkwing, you keep your happy behind right there. But it's
Even if
funny.
you drop, he's not gonna come up there anyway.
He's not
He's
going
just
to come
gonna
up.
continue talking
So
in the
I'm going to
chat.
answer your question. Wrestling fans can't take accountability for its downfalls. It's funny that you say that, because I don't recall ever getting a paycheck from WWE in
oh
regards to something I wrote. I don't.
no.
And here's the thing. This whole thing.
Anytime, any place. I'm in Arizona. I will be at Double or Nothing. There you go.
It's a real gaslighting.
Anytime.
Angel, don't you feel like it's a real gaslighting situation with this company in particular? Like, I'm a fan of
Absolutely.
WWE, but like the way Triple H and the Ray Tyree, like, y'all keep talking about, oh, well, this is your fault, and then when I say something else about the company, oh, well, this has nothing to do with you. Pick one. Like, is it me or is it not me? Because like at the end of the day, it is
hell
you.
is
Like, it is
what the hell is
WWE.
good job?
He's a
Yo,
loser.
That's
hey
I'm
man,
sorry.
hey
true.
man,
I'm
like
sorry. I'm
yo,
sorry. This hold up. This is Booker Trick. This is the man who said he worked with Booker T, and yet you and Trick Williams both work with Booker T. But guess what? You're in Indies and Trick Williams is in WWE. You've been tricked and you're injured. Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
Enjoy the breakage. Get better.
Mm-mm.
yo,
Like,
what
bro.
makes you, hey Tyree? What makes you so much of an expert? Like, you know what I'm saying? You was in the business for a flash in the pan, and that was it. Like, you don't know,
Ooh.
you don't really know much of anything. Like, what makes you such an expert?
That's that jersey
Like, I
right
know
there.
I've interviewed two wrestlers who could out wrestle you, who could probably wrestle you under the table, bro. Like, who are, I don't even, like, I know more about you from other things than I know about you right now. Like, you're not even relevant, bro. Like what is your point? Like, if you're not going to state some facts, if you're not going to state some facts, man, then just be quiet and enjoy the show.
Bars.
Like,
I'm
Right,
an
right.
OVW.
Bars.
He's just trying to bait everybody. Like, that's all it is.
He can't bait me. I'm good.
Damn,
no,
but
it
damn,
ain't
but
bad, man.
sure,
I'm
I'm
just
good.
saying.
he
I
bored.
mean,
I'm
but
just
really.
sure
saying.
not me.
I'm just saying. Like, you like, for somebody that's supposed to be a wrestler. Like, I've interviewed wrestlers, man, and they don't come off like this, man. You just like, you're really just a troll,
He's
man. You're a
arrogant.
nobody. You're a nobody, bro.
Well,
He's
y'all know how I
arrogant.
feel
Hey,
about him.
bars. You just barred him.
You're a nobody, bro.
Y'all know
Like,
how I feel about him. I feel he's an arrogant
Wait a
Hey,
prick.
minute.
He needs to
hold
be
up.
humbled.
Is he?
Let
Is
me.
he? Is he a wrestler that wears this big ass chain and he looks like Shane Taylor?
yeah, we
Yeah,
seen the press
we saw the press
conference.
conference.
No,
Yeah, it
I'm
was
Yeah, we saw
watching.
the
funny.
press conference.
I'm YouTubing them right
Hey,
now.
OTR.
Like,
He said Shane Taylor was
so
his
why are
brother. I
you
don't know if
taking
he
after
was
this?
being facetious or not, but he said Shane Taylor was
You
his
is
brother.
not related to no Shane Taylor. I seen Shane Taylor in person. Shane Taylor is the man. I don't know where you came from, bro. Like, you is
If you were
no.
Shane Taylor,
You is no
You know what's
relation to
funny
Shane
is
Taylor. Stop your cat,
Hey,
bro.
boss, hold on for a second. I'm gonna say this
Hey,
respectfully.
bars.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I need all y'all except for boss to mute y'all mics for a second. Just mute it for a second, because I'm gonna address this issue real quick. You don't want me as a 50-year-old man to humble you, because if I humbled you, one or two things gonna happen. You're gonna be lower than low, or you're gonna be rehabilitated. Pick your poison.
He
When I
already
say rehabilitated,
rehabilitating.
hold on, boss. When I say rehabilitated, I mean physically, mentally, spiritually. I will break your ass down. Don't try me.
Yeah, he ain't.
You talking about he's 50, and guess what? This is what I don't understand. It's wrestlers like him that we are seeing more and more who, like John Cena said, the hustle, loyalty, respect. They still have a street mentality when it comes to hustling when they get in the business, right? So then they want to have loyalty. They will do anything to make sure that when it comes to wrestling business, you can't talk down because they have loyalty to it. However, where's your respect? You don't have any respect.
No, he don't have no respect. He don't have no respect. He
You
don't
ain't
know what
getting my
respect
respect.
is.
yeah.
He don't know what respect is.
Bars, Angel, Conscious, you know, he don't want this. Cause
He don't even
I will put you on a death certificate, dude. Don't fuck with me.
trust me, he didn't even have to deal with you. Trust me. He couldn't even handle what I had to say.
So
Yeah,
I'm
this.
so
Hey,
confused about why he's
So
acting like
Jody,
that.
this guy is from Brooklyn. He's from Crown Heights.
Oh
We got
Lord,
another Brooklyn dude, right?
it's
Exactly. We have another
embarrassing.
Brooklyn dude, exactly. Very embarrassing. We have another Brooklyn dude here who's a wrestler. Cool,
Hmm.
that's nice. However, you lack reality and respects to knowing when and when not to like say certain things. First off, you went into Chris's live, you called everybody stupid as fans because oh, you don't know the business. You wouldn't know the damn business because you're injured right now. You're recovering. You don't know the business. Oh, I used to work for Vince. No, you may have been a security for Vince, but you didn't work for Vince. You didn't
Working the
actually like
concession
officiate.
stand doesn't
Right.
count.
You didn't
I'm sorry.
officiate the paperwork. I didn't see. I never saw you. And then,
I,
oh, I was trained by Booker T. Okay, that's funny because Trick Williams is trained by Booker T, but Trick is in WWE and you're in the Indies. Sit your ass down.
what was you an
well, if I'm
enhancement
right,
talent? You was an
if I'm right,
enhancement
Trick
talent.
Williams is from where I live at.
You said you
Exactly.
was you said you from Brooklyn. Where was you? The Brooklyn Brawler? That's what you were.
Whoa. Hell no, he definitely wasn't no Brooklyn Brawler.
You was a Brooklyn Brawler. That's probably that's probably. Matter of fact, I don't even think you from New York, bro. I know a lot of New York cats, man. You not from New York, bro.
We do not
You
act like that.
you
Cause
Nah,
moved
a
see
you
New
right here,
York
moved
dude, a
you
New York dude gonna
moved
right
respect the
here.
DC dude. Let's cut.
you was born someone else and then you moved to New York later on. That's what happened, right? Like tell the
Transplant,
truth. Tell the
transplant.
truth. You're not really from NYC, bro.
He was a Dochi. He was a Dochi.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You
I'm gonna
not
say this about Buddy, bro. I'm looking at some of your matches. You ain't that damn good. You're not. I can look. I'm looking at
OVW,
your
you're
matches,
such an
bro.
instigator.
I told you he's an
You're
enhancement talent, man. He's an enhancement
the
talent.
only person that you wrestling a bunch of fat other excuse my language other big
Hey,
people and
hey,
a
I'm
bunch of
fat. What you talking about?
I apologize, Solid. I didn't
Snake,
mean
you're not
you.
fat. You're fluffy. There's a difference.
Yeah,
See,
Oh,
see,
you're
Fluffy people are
wrestling a bunch of
see.
cooler.
dude.
so wait.
You're a lot of your matches are like squash matches and like and the only and you're wrestling other small guys. So you're not
OVW stupid.
So,
yeah,
so
you're not
I
really
know he's not.
wrestling anybody.
I know
Who
you
are you?
really truly not from Brooklyn because ain't nobody ever in Brooklyn said, "Oh, I'm from Eastern Parkway."
Ethan
We
Parkway.
never
What
are.
the hell?
Who claims a
Who
street like
says
that? Like,
that?
what's up with you?
Who says that?
Who
You
claims?
can't
Oh,
be
I'm from
nah,
Eastern
nah.
Parkway.
Jody, thank you, bro, for calling that
Yo,
out, sis. Thank you for
I've
calling that
never.
out. I have
Let me tell
never
you
heard
something.
nobody from Brooklyn
Nobody,
say that. We don't
nobody
say
in
that.
Brooklyn. We never say, "Oh, I'm from Eastern Parkway." We either say we from Bed-Stuy, we from Canarsie, we from Flatbush, we from Brownsville. Like, who says, "Oh, I'm from Eastern Parkway"? Do you know how long Eastern Parkway is?
Right. Like
What
what?
are you
That's
talking
like me
about? Eastern
saying I'm
Parkway,
from Maricopa County. Like
like,
they'll
bro,
be like,
nobody,
"What?"
nobody knows that. Like, Eastern Parkway goes through different parts of Brooklyn. So what you trying to say you from all of Brooklyn? That don't make no sense. Like, you're already a fraud just from
I
that.
just
Like,
told
Timothy,
y'all.
it's
I
not
just
about
told
that,
y'all.
honey. It's not about what company we're
Yeah,
watching because I'm watching
I can tell
MLW. It's
you.
not
I can
about
tell
that.
you. I'm from Brownsville, New York. Brooklyn, Sutters Avenue.
Like I'm gonna say, oh yeah, I'm from Kings County. Okay, how there's
Yeah,
Brooklyn
I'm
is
from
I was
what
about
Philadelphia.
to
what
say
are
if
we
he
talking about?
if he from Kings County, I'm about to say yeah. We see why you always down there. Lock up.
Even
Where is that in
even in DC, we don't say the neighborhood we from. We say
hey,
what quadrant
don't
we from.
Eastern Parkway go through different parts of Brooklyn? So why he's saying, oh, he's from Eastern Parkway? He's like, oh, where's that in Crown Heights? Like Eastern Parkway don't go through different parts of Brooklyn. What are you talking about, sir? Nobody's watching you. You better move up.
OVW
And
from 24th Street? That's funny.
Is
I'm
in
from 43rd Avenue.
like,
Yo,
hey, boy.
What Biggie said? What Biggie said? Imitators and they still want to be creators.
yo, yo, my husband said he Googled that. He Googled the biggest street
Hey,
in
Bars,
Brooklyn
what
and
you
then
think
put on
about
Eastern
Dominic
Parkway.
Mysterio?
This is wild.
Yo, I'm sorry.
He's
I'm
you gotta
sorry.
go.
You can't
Yeah,
make this up.
yeah, but you're not as good as you say you are. I'm looking
This
at
is
your tape.
bad.
Yeah,
You're terrible.
you're
You're
Homeboy said
bad.
fired,
I'm
man. You're
homeboy said
King
I'm
fired,
Taylor
from
got
bro.
Eastern.
I
This is
Yo,
killed
homecoming
King
honestly,
Taylor
tonight.
got
That's
more
the
than
Swift,
you
let me
holiday
got.
honestly,
ask you
this
night.
is
this,
better
Swift.
than backlash. This is better
Yes.
than
Okay, OVW.
Jody,
He's such
Jody,
an
this is the
instigator.
highlight of the night.
Not
I'm
at
gonna
all,
say this at
man.
highlight.
work.
Mm.
When I
Hold
go
on,
to
I
work
got a
tomorrow,
question for you, Swift.
I'm gonna
You
tell
I
need
got a
to
everybody at
question
change.
work.
for you.
I'm gonna
Who's a
ask
better
them.
Matter
who's a better wrestler? Okay,
King Taylor all
Hornswoggle
day.
or
King
him?
Taylor got better movesets than this dude. This guy, you need to change your whole wrestling name from Taylor and try to dress like him. You stole that whole man's style.
Ooh.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
I'm saying
when
you
I go
stole
to
his
work,
whole man's style.
in the morning, Jody, I'm dead ass gonna ask all my team members, yo, since most of y'all from Brooklyn like myself, have y'all ever been told Eastern Parkway as the representation of where you from? Who the hell
Jesus
said
Christ.
that? Niggas is bugging. Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Oh Lord. God, man, I need to.
Even my team members know when they all got hired, I used to tell them rep your set. And they used to be like, I'm from Brownsville, I'm from this part, I'm from Mott Haven, such and such block. I'm like, all
Lord,
right. Yeah, I know, right? Trust me,
this is.
I got three of them that's from the Bronx right now, and I'm trying my best to deal. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. Jody, you
Yeah,
already know.
we don't deal with Bronx people. Sorry,
Right,
we just
yeah,
don't.
trust me. Like when I hired a guy, I just hired a guy. He was like when he came to the interview, he made it on time. But when I say how bro was talking, he's like, I'm from the Bronx. I'm like, what part of the Bronx? He's like, I'm from Soundview, bro. I'm like, oh damn. You
Mm.
know what? If I'm gonna be on your ass like a hoe, because I already know you from anybody from the Bronx, it's automatically I'm not taking from nobody.
Wow. He said we got it twisted. Okay, that's fine. All right, sir. You clearly not
Then
twisting
bring
the
your
moves
happy ass on
clearly.
up here.
There's a
Hey,
there's an
you are
open spot.
twisted. You're
There's an
twisted
open
because your
spot.
blocks,
Oh,
are twisted.
bars. Put him in there. Put
Oh
him.
Lord.
See if we can request him in there because he talking. He talking real.
It's on y'all. It's on y'all.
Bring
Hey,
him in.
Bars, how you feel about Dominic
That's Jay
Mysterio?
Styles' spot. So if he wants to give it up and let
Yeah,
him
Jay
in,
already
that's
gave it
on
up.
He
Jay
said, "Let
Styles.
me in."
Oh, he
Jay
said
Styles
let him
just
back
said, "Let
in.
me in."
Oh,
Oh, he
okay.
must have came out.
Oh,
Okay.
he was switching.
Oh, he's
He said
switching
he's switching
devices.
Devices.
devices. He was
I
switching devices.
I will. I'll drop if y'all want him in. I'll drop
Oh,
and
you
let y'all
stay,
talk to him, and
you
I'll stay
stay,
in
No,
I'll
no,
stay
no,
in the
no, no,
comments.
no.
you stay, you
What
stay.
I'll
Do
do?
you want? Do y'all?
I'll drop. I'll
If
drop.
y'all want, I could drop myself.
No,
So.
Jody, you need to stay too.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
you
ones,
not going
all
nowhere
everybody
neither.
that was
What you
everybody that was
doing,
calling
Jody?
him out, everybody that was calling him out. Y'all need to stay. So who? Like I said, I ain't got no problem with it. Conscious
I
and
don't got no
Angel are the
problem
ones
with him.
telling
I
me to
just don't
stay.
like his attitude. I
I'll
don't have
drop.
a problem
I'll
with
drop.
Buddy. I just think his
Ladybug,
attitude is
nuh-uh.
shitty.
You stay. And you bro, bars, you can't make it to where you have like, oh no, you can't. I forgot. It's only
I
up
think
to
this is the
He's got
most.
all the
Do y'all
he's
need
got
me to
all the
drop?
spots full.
Do y'all respectfully? Do y'all need me to drop out so the other person can come in?
That's up
All
to you,
right.
bro.
It's up to you. It's
I'm
up
not
to
gonna tell
you.
him.
it's up to you. I mean, we can either deal with him or we can just keep talking like we always do
We
and
Here,
finish
nothing.
him.
here.
After we
How
finish
about we
him,
Hey,
we're
do
gonna let you
one?
back
I'm
on.
always on the live. I'm always on the live. I'm a mod of the live, so I'll drop and he can come up and I'll stay in the comments
Tonight, man.
Listen,
and do it like that. That way, everybody that's a guest
I
can
ain't gonna
just
lie.
stay.
I'm sharing
OVW.
this live. I'm sharing this live like crazy. I'm sharing this live like hella crazy.
It's not. I don't have a problem with Buddy, but bro, you can't. you can't be talking shit and I'm looking at your matches like you can't act like you're the best thing smoking on
Oh,
game.
now
You can't
I
do
can really
shit.
see your face. Why you look like a
Y'all got me?
Timu? You look
Hello,
like a
hello,
Timu Ruckus. You look like a
Excuse me,
Timu
sir. This is
Ruckus.
not your live.
hello,
You wait your
brothers.
turn. Go ahead, Bars.
Yo.
Hello there.
Where you from for real? You not from you
Brooklyn,
can't
New
be
York.
from Brooklyn. You not
I'm
from
from
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, New York.
No, you're not.
Between St. John's and Rochester, yes.
No,
I'm
you're not.
from right across the street from Lincoln Terrace. Yes, I am.
No, you're not. No, you
100%.
can't be. You
Gotta
can't
go.
be.
I was raised in Brooklyn.
You can't be. So what's your
Born and
deal?
raised in Brooklyn.
Why do you like to hang in the comment section and troll people? What's your deal, man?
One, a lot of you guys know I am hurt, so this is the cool things to do. Chris introduced me to this whole TikTok thing, so rocking out, vibing out, and I'm
Okay.
just listening what y'all think on the outside of this thing.
So why are
And
you disrespecting the fans? Why are you disrespecting wrestling fans that are out here?
because y'all like to disrespect people who do it.
Who's
How are we
disrespecting?
How are
Generally,
we
generally,
disrespecting
I don't know about y'all
the
specifically,
wrestling industry?
but generally, when I use this analogy a lot, y'all like to go into restaurants. Y'all don't like the food. Y'all go.
No, that's a
There's other
bullshit
places.
analogy. I heard it and it's stupid.
Mhm.
So don't even bring it up
I don't
because
know
it
you
makes
all
no
know.
it makes no sense at all
Can I
in
speak?
that
Y'all
analogy
got
and
me
has
up here.
nothing to do with
Y'all
wrestling.
got me up
So
here.
you
I
can take
appreciate
that
you.
analogy and
I
just
appreciate you,
stick
my
it in
dude.
your little
Y'all
cabinet.
got me up here. You want me
So
to speak? Cool. Y'all got it? Cool. Thank you.
Bars.
thank you. So, anyways, so what I'm going to tell you is this: you have no right to come into these TikTok lives and be an absolute fucking troll. It is mad disrespectful to wrestling fans,
Daddy got
especially
me.
wrestling fans that are coming up here to kind of release what's going on in their reality to enjoy wrestling and actually talk wrestling. Just because we criticize a program does not mean you have the right to call us dumb, stupid, or we don't care about wrestling. A lot of us support wrestlers. A lot of us buy their merchandise. A lot of us watch their pay-per-views on multiple subscriptions. So you have no right claiming to be a wrestler than coming out here and disrespecting wrestling fans. No one has disrespected you whatsoever in any live that you have been out. So shame on you for being part of a wrestling industry and talking shit on us wrestling fans just because you think you're holier than thou because you met fucking Booker T. So take your little analogy of, well, if you go into a restaurant and the steak is raw and you send it back, how dare you tell the chef that? Take that and shove it straight up your ass. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I order a fucking meal at a goddamn restaurant, you best believe that that entire meal better be cooked up to my standards, or you can take that plate and I'm gonna send it right back to the chef and say recook it. Take that, Mr. Taylor. Now you can fucking speak.
Yada yada me.
Cool. Good job. All right. First and foremost, trained under me for 4 years. Thank you. Sorry. I never called you guys dumb. I said.
Yeah, you did. I heard it.
And
Try
why don't you
again.
have the energy for the mainstream
Can
lives? You
I?
always
Can I?
come
Can I?
into the Black
Yeah,
Lives
yeah.
Matter
You
bullshit.
said your thing. You got your promo off.
No,
Can I
that was
speak?
Angel. No,
It
I'm
wasn't a
talking.
No, not
promo,
you.
and,
Not
and
you, my
No,
don't
bad.
just let
Sorry.
me
disrespect
finish.
Ladybug.
You're
Not
always
you, my
you're
bad.
always talking into the Black Lives with this energy. I've never seen you in a mainstream live. It's always with people of color.
What
I
was
don't
that,
see
my
you talk.
apology?
You always with people. You always with people of color. It's never with. It's never with YT West wrestling content creators. It's always with us.
Not
We are
always.
not
Yeah,
the
I
problem. We
just
are not
started
the
doing
general
that a couple. I just
IWC.
started being out here a couple days ago because of Chris.
It ain't been a couple of days. I've seen you for the
It's
whole
been a
week.
couple days. That's a couple days.
No, it's not a
I've
couple
been
of days.
doing
Come
this
on.
as long as you guys. This TikTok thing. I'm just here enjoying the vibes. But we talk wrestling, and then a lot of information y'all do like to put out is wrong. Wrong as hell.
So what other lives have
Okay.
you
It's
been in
wrong as hell.
correcting?
So when
Oh.
I say, hold on, you got your stuff off. I'm sorry. So when I
Excuse me,
give a
that's the
different,
host, and if he's telling you to shut the hell up,
I'm
shut the hell up.
No,
This
I'm
is his
I
live,
want to
not
hear.
yours.
can I finish what I have to say?
No, if
No.
he wants to speak, let
Listen,
Bars talk.
Nah. It's
let- let-
cool. I want to hear what he got to say. I was just about to say something to him real quick.
yeah, go
All right,
ahead, brother.
all right, you know what I mean. What makes you think that you're so holier than thou? You know what I'm saying?
I
Because like
don't.
to me, but you come off arrogant, bro. Like
I don't.
me personally, I don't know you from a can of paint, right? But from what everybody else, the energy that you bring into the room
Mhm.
is like, you know what I mean? It's not classy, my dude. Like I've met
Mhm.
wrestlers, I've talked to wrestlers plenty of occasions, I've interviewed wrestlers,
Mhm.
and you by far like you don't come off as pleasant. You come off as arrogant and you talking down to folks, man. So I want to know from your perspective what makes you holier than thou. Why do you feel as if you gotta talk down to folks instead of like talking like basically leveling up with people like level headed with folks. Like why you always gotta like
Uso, wake up.
So I don't think I'm holding him out. I don't know what this notion came from, but what I do come
Uso,
from
wake up.
what I do come from is a different perspective on this said subject that a lot of people that you have interviewed won't get to you about. And so when I say, "Hey, that's fundamentally wrong," or something like that, or "Hey, this is actually going like this," or "You guys think you guys are entitled for a certain thing," and there's a step where you guys overstep your bounds, and I call it out, I become arrogant, controversial, and whatever you got to say about
who's you
it.
guys
So
though? Cause
I'm just
because cause
just
this
that's my experience for me being in these things here.
yeah, but the live that you're in, we're not controversial folks. You know what I mean? We just ask
I
questions
wasn't
that we
trying to
want the
be.
answers to. You know what I'm
I
saying?
wasn't trying to be. I wasn't
So
trying to be, but yeah, but they started to go off on their tangents and all that stuff then, and I'm
Bro, you literally came in here and started saying we were wrong and being a complete
I
and total
I
douche.
put
You
I
literally
put three
no,
straight
no, no,
faces
no.
on,
Do I need to go
and then
back? Do I need to go back
please
and
do. The
tell you?
first thing I put was
Okay, I will. I
three
will. I will.
faces.
Cause
Y'all came in
we
here
You don't
saw
have to
saying
you
go
that
in
I
back to
was
here.
school.
yelling,
We saw
and
you
it's
in
like,
here,
oh,
and
I
you
know
started
you,
being entitled.
and they're
Y'all
like, oh,
don't
I know
want the
you, this, that,
smoke.
and
And
that.
what did
And
I
I'm
tell
like,
you? I said,
and y'all
bring the
said, yo,
fucking
y'all know
smoke,
me,
right?
and I said,
So
Then
oh,
you
so
y'all
said,
know
hold
me.
good,
up,
I'm
hold
not
up,
a
hold
safe
up.
space.
Angel,
And then I
hold on,
said,
darling.
what? You're
Hold on,
right.
darling.
You're not
Hold
in
on,
a
hold
safe
on.
space.
No, I said
Hold on.
I'm not a safe space. I said that.
Yeah.
No,
Hold
you're
on.
not in a
Let
safe
me let me
space.
I said I didn't say this was a safe space. I
I'm
said I'm
telling
not.
you, you are not
Read
in
it
a
again.
safe space. I
Sure.
know what you
And you
read.
act like and
Yo,
you think
bars.
I'm
yo,
scared of that. I'm not.
Let,
Sorry.
let me be honest, okay? Because I see what's going on. This is a trick. This is all a trick. This is for Tyree Taylor to
Not
get
so sure.
notoriety because he sees that people is going back and forth with him, so he can get a buzz. This is
What
what
do
that
I
all
need the buzz
is.
from y'all for?
Because if you didn't need the buzz, then you wouldn't be up here trying to troll to
I
get
don't
you some
need a buzz.
notoriety.
I'm
Three
chilling.
thousand
I just
followers, and
finished
you
dinner.
3,000 followers,
I'm
and you
on
still trying to
chill.
find a way to get some buzz, my boy.
I'm
But
chilling.
it's okay.
TikTok's about to be done in like 60 days. I'm cool.
And
I'm
you've
chilling.
been done since you've been injured.
No, I've been injured since February.
You've been
I
done
just
since
started
February,
doing this a
right?
week
And you
ago.
still haven't managed to come back yet and do
I'm just
anything.
started doing this a week ago. I'm all set, brother.
Well, if you're
I
all
don't
set,
need
then guess
y'all
what? If
buzz.
you're all set,
I
then
don't
get
need y'all
off the
buzz
set.
because
Then
unlike
get
I
off the set and get back to that injury,
I
my
still
boy.
like
Recover.
wrestling,
Come
brother.
on, recover.
So
all
I
right,
still talk about this
all right.
stuff.
Hold on. Tyree, answer the question of Mr.
What,
Entertainment One. He just asked. He
what
just
was that?
asked. And Mr. Entertainment One got a question for you. He said, "I'm a retired pro wrestler. I've met and wrestled some names." He's like, "What's
Okay.
your point?" So
About what exactly?
I don't know. You tell
The
you
reason why
you
you're being a douchebag to fans.
yeah
I'm
like
not doing a douchebag defense. I'm coming from my perspective. Y'all don't like my
Name
perspective.
one
I'm
thing that a
controversial.
fan has said on a space or a panel that you have been on that was wrong.
So
Name one
when
thing.
so my thing is when I specifically say when you guys talk about, hey, I don't like this, I like this, I don't like this, that's cool. Y'all could do that. When y'all start getting technical and certain things like that, and it's like you guys watch this stuff,
Nobody
I do
didn't
this
say
stuff, and
anything technical.
there's a different kind of respect that goes to that, into the actual art of the
Example.
form that we do.
Example.
Nobody didn't say anything
I'm
technical.
not
Everybody
talking
was
about this
asking
live. I'm
questions.
just saying. I'm not talking about this live. I've just said.
Name a
I'm just here to
time in a live that somebody said something
anytime me
that
and
was
Chris go at
wrong.
it, there's somebody in the live thinking they can tell, hey, this person can do this person should do this. That I'm like, hold on,
So I feel like
I
what
don't
you're
know
doing
what
right
Dada
now, I feel
is.
like what you're doing right now is like
what am I doing?
whatever issues that
Gaslighting.
you had in another live, you're taking it out on us.
I'm not.
And it's
Y'all started going off like
but
y'all
you
know me
just
to do some
but
things.
you
Y'all
just
started going
said,
off like y'all
oh,
know me.
y'all was, but you came in the chat very disrespectfully. So that's why
I
We
did
are
not.
saying,
That's
you know,
exactly what
sometimes,
it is.
My dear, here's what
like
happened. Here's what happened.
let's look at it from a different perspective.
No.
If you were on a panel like
Hmm.
us, and then and you seen something else like that happen, you would address it as well. So when we're addressing you and telling you, like,
Hmm.
yo, you was a little bit disrespectful in what you
Hmm.
said, and
Hmm.
then like we're talking to you about it, like, yo, come up, come up. It's just like you still in the chat talking all this mess, and it's
I
just
was in request
unnecessary.
for a long time. I wasn't running from this. No.
It was
Nobody.
very
Here's what
assumptive.
happened. Here's what happened.
Mm-mm.
I came in, I put three faces on it. Darkwing was like, "Oh, here you go. You know, you see who it is," or something like that. And they were like, "Oh, I know about you. You this, that, and the next. You this, that, and the next." And then I'm like, "All right, cool. What's up?" And then I started going on. Y'all started going off. And I'm like, "All right." Y'all try to check my credentials. Like, cool. So I'm here.
Because in the few days you've been live, so you
So
say,
here.
you have a reputation that precedes you. You're assuming
And there you
everybody on
go.
this live is the same people you've been talking to, and it hasn't. So
No,
what
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
just
going to do is
confirming.
remove
I'm just here
myself
for
from this
wrestling.
live,
I saw
let
Darkwing.
Mr.
We follow
Entertainment
each
come
other.
on so he can speak his piece.
I saw
But before
Darkwing.
he comes up
What?
here, I'm going to say this. Since you're under Booker T, I can tell you using his exploitation techniques. So I'm going to remove myself from this situation before I say something out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, let Mr. Entertainment up here, bars, please.
Mr. Who?
Got you.
Ladybug, we
I
gonna see
got
you in
you.
another live, girl.
I love
Come
you,
in.
lady.
Ladybug, you can stay.
See
Ladybug,
you
you can stay.
later.
You can stay.
Come
You can
back
stay,
in later.
Ladybug.
No, no, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh.
Going good evening.
Yo, what's good? What's good, bro? What's good, bro?
Not much,
Stay in
man.
the comments, ladybug.
I'm just listening to everything, and I'm just like, I started training in 1999. My career spans multiple whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like before you was a wrestler, you were definitely a fan. You were definitely someone buying tickets going to these indie shows.
Come on now.
Every fan that's in here, every wrestler, including myself, has you know, played Booker for a Fed. We want to see this booked in AEW. We want to see this booked in WWE. We've all done that. We all have our own thoughts on how it goes. No one person is right about a situation. So I'm trying to figure out how you figure like your thoughts are just right. Now don't get it twisted. Just because I don't agree with you, don't make you wrong. But at the same time, I'm hearing some of the things that you're saying about it, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Can I answer that? Is that okay?
yeah, go ahead.
All right. So if people, I feel, hear bits and pieces or whatever somebody else has said, but not listen to what I've said, what I've been saying generally throughout this last week. I've given you guys saying, hey, you guys, we love fans and stuff like that, but there's a point where your guys cross that I just don't fuck with. And I say my piece about certain things from my perspective as somebody who's getting in through this stuff. And then for some reason, you guys take it to a whole nother level where it's like, okay, now I have to, one, defend myself, and two, I have to go off on, because at the end of the day, I'm still a person. I'm still me who I am. So I got to fight between me, my real person, my craft, and whatever is going on at the moment. Because if y'all listen to those lives, I definitely give y'all, hey, y'all get upset when somebody gets released, but y'all never bought any of their merch or never followed them correctly. Y'all just speak about it.
You don't know that. You're making assumptions. You
If you
absolutely
didn't, no, I'm not.
1000%
I'm not.
do not
I'm
know
not.
that. You are making
I'm not.
assumptions about
I'm
every
not making
single
an
fan
assumption.
out there. You
I'm
are
not
making
making
an
an assumption.
assumption because you do not know
I'm
all
not
these
making an
people in the
assumption because
lives
if the numbers were in
individually.
their favor,
You
that
are
would be the
making an
case.
assumption. You are making an
You could have been a
assumption.
hook if
Just
you.
like you still, excuse me,
Somebody could
just
like
like,
chitlins,
excuse
but the rest
me.
of the world don't like chitlins, so it's not good.
I said, excuse me. Just like I've asked you 4 different times to name a time in one of these lives where we were wrong, or a fan was wrong, or someone was wrong in what they were saying, where they fumbled, that you felt the need to come up there and say, hey, You're incorrect because as a fan, you're moving the wrong way. I don't like that. You still have not given us that entire thing. You still have sat here and not said an entire thing. You literally went in circles again when Mr. Entertainment asked you the exact same thing I just fucking asked you. So please, again, can you please tell us a time when one of these fans out here in the universe made a point that you felt was crossing a line? Because again, you're making an assumption about every single fan out here that we don't buy stuff, and that is not true. I have bought stuff. I have Alex Hammerstone's shirt. I have Moose's shirt. I have their autographs. I spent $300 at a freaking indie show to show my nephew the indie series.
I just
so you
came
cannot
from.
sit here and say
I just was at Collision. I just was at Collision last weekend with my son. I just was at Collision.
So you wanted so an example of, especially one of the times that where me and somebody in the room got heated was not Christian Casanova. His name is Carmelo Hayes. My apologies. Carmelo Hayes, where he needs to be up there and he needs to be this, that, and next. And I'm like, one, not everybody can be world champion. That's just you got a roster full of 50 people trying for the same thing. There's only like 3 spots to be at that one point. Two, he's still mighty young, and he can do all these damn things to be able to get to that spot. And I'm like, yo, he's in a crock pot right now. It's slow cooking for him, and he's gonna get his spot. And then I said, you guys are fickle because if y'all do get his spot, a lot of the people would be like, hey, I don't like, or he's boring, he's this, he's that. That's mainly where me and a lot of people, especially fans or specifically Chris, get into these different discussions. There was a discussion about race and how black people are and stuff like that, where it got pretty heated and all that good stuff. There's plenty of examples. I don't run from this, my dude.
So
assumptions.
So my question is, you saying fans can't be fickle? We can't love you one day and hate you the next day, because we're not basing you on the person, we're basing you on the character that you play.
Yeah, but I'm saying y'all are a lot of fans, and if the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. A lot of fans are fickle, and a lot of fans are fans of their brand, not the actual person. Not the
You know
person.
that. Have you met
A lot of
a
people who
fan
do
out
support them are kind of in an island by themselves sometimes.
Hey,
Because
hold on.
when a lot of these wrestlers get
say-
released and they're back on the scene and stuff like that, a lot of these people go to these meet and greets and they're not the ones with the full of people looking to take pictures in all of these guys. That's why I'm like, there's a reason why Karen Cross had to do that shoot promo to be able to be now third on the list for merchandise. And he wasn't like that before, but y'all love Karen Cross, right?
That is not true. I've been following Karen Cross for a very long time, and what you just said is absolutely incorrect.
I've been following Karen
but
Cross for years,
have the
man.
leverage to go to the negotiation table.
That is not true.
And that's what I'm saying. He could be nice, but if he doesn't have the leverage, if you're not bringing in money as in the business, what can they do with you?
Hey,
So what makes you so special? Because you're not
I'm
in
not making
WWE.
this special.
You're
I'm
not in
pointing it out.
TNA. You're not in any of these major promotions. You're
it out.
literally wrestling in a high school gym, sitting up here talking shit to wrestling fans that I guarantee you a lot of these people are probably in your neighborhood and ain't gonna fuck with you no more because you're being a total, like, unhumble, whatever the word is, like, bad individual for wrestling. You seriously are giving indie wrestlers a bad name. And there are a lot of indie wrestlers on this platform that we all have socialized with who do not act like this. Willie is one of them. I talk to Willie every single day on his panel. And he is way more respectful of the industry than you are. You are just a complete arrogant person, and I would not support you at all whatsoever because you're sitting up here making assumptions. And I'm sorry, I'm going to speak to every fan in here that watches pro wrestling that I affiliate with, that I associate with, that I talk to, that I call a wrestling ally, because you are giving them a bad name by calling us dumb and stupid because we like pro wrestling and we want to see the industry change. I am so sorry that we are fighting to make sure that these wrestlers get showtime. I'm so sorry that I want to see another black champion. I am so sorry that I want my Latinos and Latinas to have television time and not the same damn veterans that I watched 20 years ago, because it's time for new wrestlers to come up here. I am so sorry that you feel I am fickled because I want to see wrestling progress to a new era. I want to see respect on people's names and not be trashed. You would give wrestlers a bad name the way that you are speaking to us, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
If he's trying to just do like, is
I
he
don't
in
understand
character and he's just giving like the cheap heat?
No, I don't understand that. Where if I disagreed with any of that, I just gave a different perspective.
Bro, you in character.
I'll tell you one. You blaming fans for what happens on a television show because we disagree with it. I'll give you an example. Me, I do not like the way Booker T is on commentary. I think it's absolutely disgusting for the women performers to have to listen to a grown man grunt on national fucking television that it sounds like he's doing something in his pants. It is absolutely disgusting what he does on national television every freaking Tuesday.
Hey, yo!
He should be ashamed of himself for even acting that way, because he doesn't do it when Trick Willie does his move. He doesn't do it when some other man up there does it. But you have to say, you told another friend of mine that it's his fault. How is it our fault as wrestlers or fans watching this shit when a grown man who is in his 50s, who has kids himself, thinks it's respectable to go ahead and grunt on national television like that?
I've agreed with you.
Tell me how it's a fan's fault.
I agree.
No, you did not.
That's not true.
I know you didn't.
Remember that conversation?
I know you didn't. You know how I know you didn't? Because I heard from other individuals who were in that live that you didn't agree with us.
Don't they have that uploaded? You can listen to that. I've agreed with it. We were talking about specifically in certain other aspects, and when somebody brought that up, I said, yeah, I agree.
No.
I want to
ask a question if it's okay. I want to ask her.
I don't get where she's coming from.
You wrestle out in Brooklyn, right?
No, all of East Coast.
You wrestle for
ECPW? Mainly New England.
Oh, New England Pro Wrestling?
No, mainly New England. Beyond, beyond chaotic, APW, certain things like Wrestling Open, stuff like that.
So you've been up and down the East Coast. You've been to Rochester, you've been to Syracuse, you've been to Binghamton, you've been to Buffalo.
Albany.
What's that?
Albany. There's a promotion called Big Time. I don't go up the state too much.
Yeah, I've
Battle Club in New York. We Are Wrestling in New York, stuff like that.
Okay, because I'm sorry. I just want to go into another room where my dog wasn't at. But no, because like I just looked at your page and I'm like, you probably look familiar to me, because I've been in a lot of rings since. Like I said, I'm 48. I'm old. He literally left.
Oh, what? I was trying to ask.
Wow.
Damn.
I didn't do nothing. I swear to
I
God,
did
I was not.
I think it was Styles.
Mr. Entertainment was about to call him out because like.
No, because
I never really, me personally, I never really seen him wrestle.
Oh,
my fault. I'm here. No, ain't no running.
can I ask him a question?
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm trying to wait. What was Mr. Entertainer? Was there a question to that?
All right, yeah. Hold on one second.
Like,
One second, Mr. Entertainment. My bad. I'm gonna let Mr. Entertainment finish. Then I want Doofy Dan to go because he was trying to ask a question too. Go ahead, bro.
no, I was just saying, like, I've been in this business since like I've been a fan my whole life. WrestleMania 2, all that stuff. I'm 48 years old. I've wrestled literally up the East and West Coast, overseas, and all of that. I've done that. One thing I learned about wrestling is that everybody's going to have their own opinion about it. Everybody's got their own opinion about everything. I know there were situations with me where, like, it's like I never agreed with certain bookers, but like at that time, a payday was a payday. So I'm like, you know what? I know how to do business. So I did business. So And as for the fans, if you can make the fans hate you, you're doing your job. But if you're supposed to be the bad guy and you out there and they're in their phones or they're talking to whoever's next to them, you're not doing your job.
Agree.
You know, and I'm sitting here and I'm listening to everybody, and everybody's making valid points. Everybody definitely is, because everybody has the right to their opinion. But when it comes to wrestling, we all love it. It's like I love WWE, I love AEW, I love Ring of Honor, I love MLW, I love my company EPW. I love all of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just, you wanted to be a wrestler for a reason, and a lot of people get it confused with between fans and wrestlers, that like wrestlers think they're like big time. I've never thought I was big time, even though the names I've wrestled. You know, I look at it like this: there's some kid looking in that crowd right now that want to be like me. That's just want my shirt, want to take a picture with me. I'm cool with that. If they feel that, oh, why don't you have a title? I'm not in charge of that. You know, everybody has their opinion on what direction you should go. I've had fans come up to me and be like, "You look better if you wear this color." Okay, I'll try that next show. No, I won't. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it is. That's wrestling. Love the sport that we all watch. We all got questions on why. That's the biggest question, because when I'm long gone, wrestling will still move on. When Vince come back, if he ever does, which I pray he really don't, you know, but that's wrestling. And I understand what Angel was saying about, you know, what Booker T does and whatever, but I'm like, you also got to understand that he's paid to do that, because if they didn't want him doing that, he wouldn't do that.
Oh no, sir. It's a Republican National Convention at TKO, so that's why they do it. It's gross, regardless. Plain and simple. But Mr. Entertainment, I respect you and you earned a follow. Thank you for standing on business and speaking about in regards to us fans. I appreciate you.
So, Mr. Entertainment,
Yes.
I completely agree with you. Wrestling is the most subjective kind of sport thing there is. I might not like deathmatch wrestling. Somebody will. Somebody will like certain things like that. I only speak on certain things that prevent certain things from happening. And people don't know why. People have the wrong information, and I say the information, and it's like them never hearing that before. And I'm just only talking about these. Outside of all this, I'm exactly how you are, brother. Outside of all this, I'm here kicking it. And I'm hearing information that is wrong because I've witnessed the actual thing that's happened. I say it, and it's like, oh, you're holier than now because you're privy to that information. And it's not the case at all.
But you and I both know that before we were wrestlers, you know what I'm saying, we were fans. And the minute we stepped in that ring and we started learning different things about it, we stopped watching wrestling and we started studying it. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell my students that all the time. I'm like, don't watch wrestling after we do this. Study it. I said, because you're going to see different things and your eyes are going to see things in a different light. You are now woke. That third eye is open right now. You to study wrestling. Some fans, or as they say, the smart marks or whatever, feel that they know the business inside and out, and all they've really done is just watch it all their lives and probably done podcasts on it and just talk about what they feel will happen. And they don't know the things that me and you personally know. They don't know the insides and the outs and the backdoor politics or anything like that. They don't know that.
But is there anything wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with fans gathering and enjoying it? Because I've been in a lot of panels that are like that. There is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with them fantasy booking. There's nothing wrong with us talking about it. But you, Taylor, are making it seem like there is something wrong with it. There's not. There's nothing wrong with us talking about it and having our own ideas and our own creative mindset, or us shooting the breeze and saying what we heard in the dirt sheets. There's nothing wrong with it.
I want to let.
I personally feel that in the perfect world, Bobby Lashley should have been world champion 7 times. That's just me.
Thank you, Entertainment. I agree.
I agree with that.
I want to let Dan speak because he's been trying to talk for a minute. So I want to let Dan.
I do want to answer Angel right after. So I'm gonna hold that thought.
Okay, all right, yo, Dan, go ahead, bro.
So Tyree, I've seen you in a couple lives, man. I mean, I've been on a bunch of different lives, trying to find, just some people to talk wrestling with, and um, this is like kind of the closest comparison to my experience. Before I ask the question I'm going to ask, my experience with seeing you in different lives is that you kind of remind me a little bit of like Kanye West. He has like some, he's like kind of chill in some interviews, and then in other interviews, it kind of looks like he's crashing out. And that's what I've kind of seen in different live streams. You kind of have a bunch of different faces. However, I try to listen to all different wrestling opinions. While some I don't agree with, I try to hear people out, even if they're outrageous. But that's the thing. As a wrestling fan, I try to be neutral, and I try to hear people out without shutting it down. I don't think that that's something that, even though you're taking our questions and you're hearing them, I don't think that's actually something that you're doing. Um,
What else
so
could I be doing?
and I actually do respect you for coming up here and listening to the questions. I just don't think you're actually listening to them. Now my actual question is that you said, like, people when they don't buy merch, some people don't have money to support that endeavor. Some people can just watch, but if they can't afford to buy like merch and stuff like that, does that make them not like a real fan?
No. So that's not. I understand that 100%. So do a lot of the free stuff or the things that you can do to support. Make sure when they are on, where they're in the ring or on TV or anything like that, you're tuned in and not pirated. And if you go out to an indie show, you don't have to buy the merch. Say what's up, take a picture, spread the word. If you've been in a lot of these lives, I've also said to everybody, hey, share everybody follow everybody, so
I
everybody.
have heard you say that.
So it's like I don't understand where this whole holier than thou thing comes in, where I want everybody's platform to hit. When I'm like, yo, let's get Chris's thing, or Bars Wrestling Media, share his live right now, share his stuff so he can get more people from there.
Well,
That's I've
not
always
to
been.
cut you off, like the people that follow me, we've been doing that because I've been part of Wrestle Talk for a while, um,
Sure have.
and we all do that. Everybody that you see on this panel, we share each other's stuff. I share everybody's stuff every single day, even if it's people that I never met or never talked to on their lives or anything. I still share this stuff. I might see something interesting on your page, and then I might share it just because I found it interesting. It has nothing to do with me hating you or disliking you or nothing. It's just who I am. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
not what I was getting at. But I do say that stuff in any of the lives, regardless if I agree with the person, disagree, or whatever. He's seen it. So I'm just
But you were
understanding.
missing the point of what you said earlier,
What
because
was that?
earlier you said when the wrestlers were released, now all of a sudden we care. But why didn't we care before the fact and buy their merch and support them and do everything to bring them up to number 3 spot or the 1-2 spot, and they would have stayed there? That's
Because
what you
again,
said.
because
And
again,
that's
that's the
where Dan
wrestling
is
business,
saying not all
and
of
that's
us
what they see.
fans in this economy can do that.
Because
Prices
again,
have gone up.
I mean, dude,
TKO effect has hit.
two things can happen at the same time.
No,
I
it
agree with
can't.
you.
That's the thing. You're not living in reality with us real fans. That's why we do these panels.
yo, hold
That's
on.
why we
People
gather in the
understand that sometimes
IWC and
it's,
talk.
it's,
You
it's
respect
no
it.
matter, because like I was shocked that Braun Strowman was let go, but at the same time, you got to look at it from a creative standpoint where like they couldn't fit him nowhere.
He
Half
That
the
also
part,
his
stuff
leg
they
was
Yeah,
which a
did
lot
but
of
paralyzed.
us
was
he's
fans are
also
not
he's
stupid
also
and
hurt.
we know that.
He's also chronically hurt.
Yeah, he is paralyzed in his left leg, so that's the main reason. But like, wait, hold on. So, like with me, like I just became a 10-year wrestling fan recently, and like I only have like 2 pieces of merch because I couldn't really afford to go to like shows, and like literally I've only been to like one live event, but I mean, bro, I literally have like a Feed Me More hat, and I don't really like Ryback like that anymore. Like the point I'm trying to make is that like we support in the best way we can, but also while we have no control over how creative is, I mean, they do try to hear out the fans, but while we have no control, it's nice to give like input in this small form because we're not actually saying like, oh, it should be that way. We're talking about the possibilities. That's the whole point of being a wrestling fan, is going through different things, debating with other people, hearing other people's opinions, and expanding and taking different takes on them. That's the whole fun in being a wrestling fan.
One thing I learned about wrestling in all my years is that, because like I'm in upstate New York, there are like, I don't know, 12, 13 different feds like up the block from me, literally, like schools and the whole 9. I moved my school a whole hour away. But the one thing I've learned about wrestling companies is that every wrestling company, whether it be an independent company, all these independent companies, whether they got major TV deals or whatever, everybody feels that they're number one. Somebody is, and it's not, and it has nothing to do with the fans. It's just that there's a promoter somewhere that just opened up, just got 120 people in the crowd, and swear up and down he's about to sell out the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. It's about, a lot of y'all don't understand, but there are a lot of egos in this business.
Absolutely.
There are very large egos. Very large egos.
Absolutely. Mr. Tim, you got your own wrestling school?
Yeah, I have my own school.
What's the age limits that you start off with?
I'm gonna be real. I actually got it on my page. If you go to my page and go to wrestling, I got a few videos up there of like me training kids that are like 6 and 7 years old.
What's the oldest person that you trained?
The oldest person I trained was my very good friend. His name's Sean Armstrong. I started training. I was like in my 30s when I started training Sean, and Sean was already like close to 50. He's like 50. Wow. He's pushing. Sean's old now. He's like mad old.
That's happened. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're never too like old to really get back in it, because like I haven't been like actively in the ring since I was like 44.
And you said, where you located again?
I'm in my school's in Auburn, New York, but I live in Rochester.
Oh, so Mr. Entertainment, so what you're saying is there's hope for me then, huh? There's hope for me to get in the ring, huh? Oh, okay.
Don't hurt yourself,
Not only that, but I do want to visit your school, because soon I'm about to have a family reunion out there. So, I don't mind supporting.
I don't think there's enough biofreeze for you, Snake or Bars in the universe to help you too. So keep both.
Well, I've had like 6 months worth. I had like 6 months worth of training.
There's not enough like biofreeze and all the other stuff out there to help you too. So no,
don't kill the dream.
I'm telling y'all no. I'm ending it now. No, you're just gonna be a fan.
Don't you kill the dream?
I can tell you right now, there are so many guys that I trained that were like.
Swift, don't you start with me too. I'm unaliving your dream as well. You 3 are not wrestling at his school. Go be a fan and help train the other ones, the young ones.
What I usually recommend.
Don't do that.
I did not say I was going to wrestle. I just say I want to experience going to to somebody. I just want to visit a school just to see how it is.
So
I'm gonna tell you like this.
What I usually recommend.
I'm gonna tell you just like
find
this.
A fantasy camp, bro.
How I'm talking to you now is not how I'm gonna train
you.
Hey,
listen, I'm not trying to get in nobody's ring. I just want to see.
I tell anybody that I train, and I've said this to a lot of fans that have like come into the school and think that they look at me and they be like, I want to be a combination of AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy. I said, do I look like creative fucking wrestler?
I said, that sounds like Bars.
I'm like,
no, that's not me. That's not me. I never. Everybody that knows me. Everybody that knows me, I never said I wanted to be no AJ Styles. Like I definitely know I'm not.
Come in my school and actually say that, and I've had to look at them and just break their hearts. Not that I cared or anything, but like I do care. But like I gotta tell them, I'm like, look, this is not like your WWE game at home where you could just click a move and just in your body. I said those guys perfected their craft.
I can see Bars now. Show me how to do a frog splash like
hey, trust me, you will not see me doing no frog splashes. Not from me, for real. Like I'm a realist. I'm a realist. I know my limitations.
I just want to learn how to grapple.
Yeah, that's
Wrestling
me.
has a weird
And
way of weeding
I'll
out the
sell
weird.
my ass off. I don't need to win no matches. Just let me sell.
Oh, but like there's been a lot, and a lot of times, what you have in your mind does not translate to what you will be in the ring.
Nope.
Because
All right.
I've had some students that like I've trained, and I just told them, I said, look, I'm literally tired of taking your money. I'm like, you're going to be a referee, you're going to be an announcer, you're going to be a backstage interviewer. I said,
Need to
because
prove otherwise.
after about a year and a half of me, and y'all still ain't got the basic move in wrestling down, which is basically the universal. I said, y'all still ain't got that down. And the way I train people is I teach them the front bumps, I teach them the back bumps, I teach them how to lock up. The first sequence you will ever learn from me is the universal. And
Tackle, jump
until
down,
I
leap
get
off,
that
baby.
universal perfected, I will not teach you anything else. And if I had one of my students in here, he was like, look, if one of us is failing, we're all failing. Because that's how I grade you. I'm like, Steve over here still ain't got the universal down. I will watch my students get in that ring and work with Steve for 5 hours till he gets it right. I'm like, when Steve get it right, we'll move on next to doing this. But I said, I want everybody moved at the same pace at the same time because I'm not about to stop working with advanced people to come over here and work with you. We're all going to advance together or we're all not advancing. Get mad. And like this one kid, he like when you're in wrestling, you have to get up to the right. He kept getting up to the left.
Yep.
And I told him, I said, every time you get up to the left, I said, you're going to do 100 sit-ups. So either two things are going to happen. You're going to get it right or you're going to have uh, the best abs in this goddamn business. I said, so one of those two things, after about 400 sit-ups, he got it right. So it's like, don't think it, I don't want nobody to think that wrestling is easy and it's a walk in the park. Because when I came into it, I was trained by a guy named Zachary Springate III, who was trained by Killer Kowalski, with Killer Strangler Steve, Perry Saturn, China, Triple H, and all of them. And when I came in, there was a lot of like football players and ex whatever that came in, and I was the little kid out of all of them. And out of all 16 of those guys, 2 of us remained from that class. More people came in and stayed, but out of those class, he was like, yo, you got a lot of competition. Everybody got bets saying you're going to be the first one to leave. I watched half that class leave in like 3 months, and I still kept going. And after my training of about 8 months, I was ready. And my trainer looked at me and said, we're going to put you in a match. I was like, why? He's like, because I think you're ready. I was like, oh, okay.
You see thousands of faces, man. Thousands of faces come in. They think they got it. They out of here every day.
Like you got guys that have like played football, played basketball, or been in some type of like major sport, and they feel, oh, this is easy. Man, I went out to Canada. And there was a guy, I can't remember his name, but he had a philosophy of called PTA, which is pain, torture, and agony. And to go through one of his classes was like basically getting chased by a mob because he didn't care if you were tired. I've had kids come in. I've had these like guys come in and swear to God they're gonna get everything on the first day. I'm like, you're not.
Die in the back, baby.
Every kid that I've ever trained, except for a very few, has always been scared to take a back bump. They will look behind them 40 times before they take one bump, and I will yell at them and be like, the mat ain't gonna fucking disappear. There's no black hole that you're gonna fall in. Take the bump, or I'm gonna show you how you bump when I hit you.
But Mr. Entertainment, how many wrestlers on WWE went through the mat, sir? That's why they're afraid.
Well, WWE has better rings than what I do. I'll tell you that.
I'm just kidding.
I ain't spend 30 grand on my ring. I ain't got the extra cushion and padding. We got 2-inch plywood, a little thin mat, and an apron. Okay, that's it. And the canvas cover. That's
like
it.
a Lucha fan in the ring to me.
I just want to say this, Taylor, if you had came into those lives and spoke to us fans like the way Mr. Entertainment did, a lot of people would respect you a whole heck of a lot more instead of trying to degrade some of us fans by calling us dumb and thinking that we are just out here spewing whatever nonsense. If you actually spoke to us the way Mr. Entertainment did, and this is why I respect him 10 times more for doing it, a lot of the fans would not be quite upset with you and thinking you're an arrogant piece of poo.
Okay.
I'm just saying, respect goes a long way. You want us to respect you in your career as a wrestler. We want the same thing, so that way we can go ahead and stand behind you, actually want to sit there and watch you wrestle and support you in any form or fashion that we can.
I really feel that part of him was in character. I'm like, he's got this ego.
But
I'm
it's
like,
not. It's
it
not
ain't like
funny
that. I don't like that
because
ego. I'm like,
because
I
we've
hear what
spoken
you're
to a
saying,
lot
how
of
you
fans
present it.
across the platform.
No,
I have spoken
not.
with Zilla. I have spoken with Javon Evans. I've spoke with other indie wrestlers as well, and none of them come across like that. They have all been very respectful to us fans, even in the most crazy question, as my friend Tim asking Javon Evans if a hot dog is a sandwich or an actual hot dog or a taco. And he laughed and he answered it. So it's like their respect goes a long way when you're in an industry where you need us fans to support you. You need us to buy your merch. You need us to buy your tickets, those subscriptions, so you can get paid and continue on with your career. Without us fans, there would not be professional wrestling or any type of form of entertainment.
You just be a
So
bunch of men
respect
running around in
goes
our underwear.
exactly. So
can I
respect
respond to
goes
that?
a long way. And just because you don't like the takes that us fans give or you don't like the discussions does not mean we are wrong. It doesn't mean we are right. It doesn't mean anything. It just means we are completely having a discussion about something that we love. I have been watching it since I was 5 years old. My first wrestling event was War Games at Veterans Memorial Coliseum in 91. I got my face painted like Sting, and I met his brother at like literally 8 years old, and I thought I was the greatest person out there with the crown and everything, but all it was a face paint. I thought I was holier than thou and could do any type of move off the couch.
Yeah.
But that was because I fell in love with the sport. So you need to respect us fans and come to a
You didn't
platform
put
and
your
have respect
sibling
for us.
in a sharpshooter. You cannot be in
I
this
did.
room.
I put my brother in the walls of Jericho and he cried. And then he thought he was The Rock and he wanted to people's elbow me. I'm not even
We all
kidding
don't
you.
get that.
I was
We all
grounded
don't
for a
Proper
month.
response.
Closest bump I
give
ever taken
response
was
to
like the closest bump I ever taken was like I wrestled 8 years between high school and college. I thought looking at and I see wrestlers take bumps. I said, yeah, that hurts my back a lot. I'm not doing any of that.
Go
catch,
ahead, Taylor. If you
I
wish to
catch,
respond to me, go ahead, sir.
I catch you later. I'll catch you later, Bars. I want to thank everybody for the conversation and everything.
No
Y'all have,
problem, bro. No
y'all
problem,
have a
bro.
good
Thank you,
night.
Anytime,
Solid.
man.
Good
All right, good
night.
brother.
Solid. Come
Y'all
through.
have a blessed night, a safe night. I'll keep y'all
Be
all in
safe, bro.
prayer.
Hey, Solid, real quick.
Night.
Find a fantasy camp. They do 1 day open house type of stuff for people who just want to see what it's about. Go find one and see if you like it or not.
Man, my fat ass ain't doing no damn wrestling.
You're not fat. You are fluffy and we are cool
Listen,
people. Stop
listen,
it.
listen.
Pleasantly
You
plump.
would not catch me in somebody's turnbuckle doing the
Bro,
frog
I'm
splash, the
300
swan
doing a bunch
tom
of
down,
different stuff. You got it.
and I'm sure enough ain't giving nobody no
Oh,
damn
you're a
stink
roar.
face for you to talk about me and shit.
He said he
So
know his
get your 7 chuckles, get your 7 layers off. My fat ass ain't doing shit but lay in this damn bed,
Coming to a
go to
ring
work.
near you, Solid Snake.
he said
For
he
the
know
title.
he knows his role. He knows what role he
I know
plays.
my
That's it.
role. That's right. I know my role, and I'ma
Good
shut it.
God.
Hey, good,
Good
hey,
night,
You, you,
I,
hey,
Solid.
I ain't
have
going
a
to
good
front.
night, brother.
you gonna do 1-on-1 with the Undertaker.
Holla, holla, holla.
Holla, holla,
Everybody
holla.
going for the
Yeah.
gifts.
You know what?
Hey,
Y'all got
hey,
jokes. Y'all got jokes.
hey, I'm not going front. My uncle was a professional wrestler in Nigeria. I just want to see what it's like a few times. I ain't going front. Like, I've been through a lot, so I don't think it will bother me that much. I'm just being honest with you. I'm more than meets the eye.
Give it a
So
shot, bro.
anybody underestimate me, there's a lot of layers behind old boy. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
What
I
My
state?
see
mom,
I
my
see
mom
you
could
got it.
tell you that. God bless her soul. You know what I'm saying? My mother could tell you that. But
What
listen,
state
I'm
Bars.
you
going
in,
to
If
brother?
start
What
if
state?
clipping
you
free
do it one time, Bars.
bio
If you
free
do it one
people.
time, I do it with you.
I'm down, bro. I've always wanted to do it. My uncle was a professional wrestler, so I always wanted to,
Let's do it.
man.
Document it, bro. I love the energy.
You know what I mean?
Lord Bars.
Just don't
With the
make the mistake a
intention.
lot of these fans make and be like, give me a chop. Cause
No,
bruh,
no, do the
Nah,
chop.
I was.
Do the
No, I'm
chop.
not. I'm not
No,
doing
I
do
none
the
of
love
that.
chop.
my
I
yeah.
just. I
You just want to run the ropes.
Do
if
the
I
chop.
was
Do
to
the chop.
ever
Trust me.
if I was to ever get in the wrestling ring, I mean, I want to learn the basics. I don't want to be no like high flyer or nothing like that. I want to
You
be
poke.
technical. I want to be like, I want to stay on the
You
ground. I want my
AJ
feet to
Styles,
stay on
man.
the ground. I ain't be no AJ Styles,
Listen,
no Eddie Guerrero,
listen.
none of
Me,
that.
me in person being in the ring with you. Listen, first time I'm gonna ask you. Listen, before you give me chopped, do you hate me? Because if you hate me, I don't want to.
I
Let
can
me know
pretend like I
before.
do and do
If you
it.
said, listen,
You
I'm gonna
know.
give you a chop. Look, before that arm come up, I'm gonna hit the ground first. You're not gonna chop me, and at the same time, you don't like me.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna sell the shit out of that shit and just say,
No, you won't need to sell if it's a good chop.
hey, I'm gonna sell. Somebody go. Hey, I'll take the pin. I'll eat the pin. Just job me out to everybody. Hey, congratulations on the ground.
Yeah, but
All right,
You
yeah,
had something to say, Taylor. What did you
I
have to
do.
say to me?
So,
Go ahead.
like entertainment said, we've all grown up wrestling and stuff like that. And your story is amazing. Um, when a lot of those guys do talk to you guys outside Zilla stuff like that, they talk to wrestling fans, just kicking it. Me, when in the live, I'm usually with Chris. Chris has a show with Stevie Ray, and I fuck with Stevie Ray, and we kicking it, and then people just get in. I get hot, they get hot. We talk it, we piece it up. Everybody follow everybody. That's what I'm on. I'm not on no, trying to disrespect. I come from a different perspective. I never said, hey, you're not allowed to dislike this or like this or want this or like this. I've never done that. I've never taken that power away from there. I give a perspective on, hey, this happened because this happened, and on a technical level of what's going on here. And then I say, hey, it's a little disrespectful when wrestling fans do talk about technical stuff that they wouldn't do themselves or anything like that. That's where I come from, talking to my homies from there. And then I come here, and then it got hostile, it got hot. I'm not running from it. I'm here to talk to you.
Sir, I'm you know what, Bars, I'm done this conversation because he is acting like Conscious didn't tell me about the live, that OVW didn't tell me about the live, that Ladybug didn't tell me what happened in that live.
It's recorded.
And bro, like,
I just told
no.
you what happened.
You're on planet Pluto that's not even
I just
recognized
told you what
anymore. So
happened.
at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you this. Be respectful to fans because there's gonna be fans like
That's
me
cool.
who are gonna give it right back to you.
And I'm
We
not
like
running.
professional
I'm not
wrestling,
running
and
like
if
that.
we want to talk, we're going to talk. We want to discuss everything, we're going to discuss it. We want to
Yada
talk
yada
about dirt
me.
sheets, we're going to talk about dirt sheets.
I'm
We're
not
going to talk
running.
about whatever the fuck we want. You
Sure.
don't want to be a part of it, then don't come
Sure.
up here and don't click it. But I'm going to tell you this. This is not the type of live at all. Like, we are fans, and you are
I
fans
agree.
too. So at the
It's
end of the day, this
it's
is what we
42.
talk about, and this is what we love. And
It's
the way
48
I'm telling you,
bars.
You
It's
got it,
I'm
man.
telling
42
you,
late bars.
be
Agree to
I can
respectful to
disagree.
say
fans. A
You
lot of
got it,
fans
man.
are not going to want to support you.
That's okay.
Period.
I can
Bars,
say this
take
about
the top.
Tyree. I agree with him when he says he doesn't like that Japanese deathmatch stuff. I don't like that either. I don't like backyard
I
wrestling.
didn't say
I don't
Japanese
like
though.
seeing kids in
Everything
backyards
good with y'all?
playing wrestling. That's just something. That's just me. I'm not saying we
And do
all
you
ain't
change
probably
the
get it.
channel?
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
There's
But
something
like,
else to
Yeah.
watch.
it's not like I'm not going to speak
So
my
that's the
mind
same
about
thing
it.
like TikTok. You don't like what we discuss? Swipe. Go
I
to
get
another
that,
wrestling live.
Bars.
and I
It's
and I get
42
it,
late.
and I totally get it. But I'm like, I don't like. I've seen like I've been involved in like I've never been involved, but I've been on shows where people basically, oh, this is a death match, and they come with the bats with the barbed wire wrapped around it, and I'm like, bro, I'm not doing that for $40. Like I'm
TNA
just
had
not.
it.
Yeah.
Attitude
yeah.
Era
I've
had
never been
it.
a
They come
fan of
with the
those
tube lights
neither.
and
AEW
stuff
had
like that.
it.
It's not cool. That tube light stuff. Like I've been through tax and all that good stuff. That tube light. I don't do the glass stuff.
Yeah, I don't do none of that barbed wire, explosive. Like I'm like there's a wrestler. Her name is Mickey Knuckles. I
Mickey
love Mickey
Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Yep.
I know Mickey Knuckles. I've heard of her
She's,
before.
Like
she's
I've
the
been on
sweet.
shows
She's the
with her. I've
sweetest
talked to
woman on the
her.
planet.
Yes, she is. But when I see her do those matches, I'll just be looking at her like why? I'm like, what is in you that makes you want to say, I want to bleed out the side of my face, arms, butt, leg, thigh, everything else, just for like a mere like. Even if she makes $300-400, I'm like, that's not worth it to me.
Just like
That's
guys
that's
like
that's just
Did
that's
any
just
of
my
you guys
thing.
watch ECW?
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Period.
It's the same thing, and yet we're sitting here how many years later now complaining because it's still here. It's
I'm
professional wrestling at the end of the day.
I can
yeah,
say,
Like
but here's the
this
somebody
thing.
is
has
Here's what
everybody
crazy.
has their
separated
niche.
ECW. Here's what separated ECW from all these other people. Like I never watched or went to an ECW show where the ropes were made of barbed wires. I never had them bring out. Yeah, they use the fans bring the weapons thing. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen it in a controlled
Mm-hmm.
element. But when it comes to these other matches where people will just bring in like tables and broke up like pallets and they want to jump off of trucks and throw you through 18 pounds of glass.
So
Yeah,
you didn't watch the ambulance matches or the one match with Edge and who was it that jumped off of a trailer or any of the other matches in the Attitude Era that happened?
watched all of
They were
those. I
controlled.
seen
Like,
Shawn
what are
Michaels
we?
jump off of a truck into a dumpster with
It's the
Triple H
same
in it.
thing.
No, it's
They had
not
no, it's
because
not.
they was that was a
Oh my
controlled
god.
element.
They had
That was a
pads.
controlled element.
When Steve Blackman threw Shane
So
McMahon off
crazy.
that barricade, they had pads on the to the bottom. You got guys like Joey Janela and you know
Like
King Mo.
Zandig.
Yeah,
Zandig is like the king of hardcore. I don't care what
yeah.
nobody says.
Like they cut themselves all the time. They do all that stuff. Like Akira. So Akira and Masha, they're together. Masha Slamovich, they're together. They want some of my best friends. I look at his back all the time, and it's all scarred up. It's all nasty, and he always takes it there. And then he's in the back crying because the alcohol got put on the back.
Man,
And
I'm about to
Like
live my dream.
I've
it's
seen
not
Sabu's back. Sabu's
right.
back is that same
Yeah, I've
way.
seen
And, I,
Sabu.
and, I'm,
Yeah.
and I'm like, bro, what is in your head that makes you do this? I'm like,
And a
because
lot
I
of those
love
guys
wrestling.
were skiing anyway. So
Yeah,
like
true.
they're
Man,
back in the day.
I'm about to live my dream. To
Hell
get
Yeah, I
yeah.
real.
say
Look,
I
my
They
see
dream
you
is to
guys'
be with
they were
Janet
perspective.
smoking
Jackson
over
and
there.
Mariah Carey in an oil like match, but that's just me. Ain't no way in the world I'm just gonna wake up one day and be like, man, I want 1,000,000 thumbtacks, some bricks, and some plywood, and some fluorescent light bulbs. I won't wake up that way.
Yep.
I see you guys' perspective because I was listening to Stevie Richards' podcast some time ago, and he basically said the same thing about the spot where John Moxley had the nails in the back
Hmm.
hit to his back. He
Yep.
basically said the same thing, and I agreed with him because like I do feel like when you get to a certain point as far as your status that some of those things you don't have to do no more because like people are going to respect you regardless. But I also feel too that being who John Moxley is, right? Nobody should be surprised that he's doing that type of stuff because this guy was in death matches. He's a former CCW ultraviolet
It's what he
champion.
loves.
Yeah, it's what he do. You know what I'm
It's what he
saying?
loves.
So
Hmm.
But
like,
I don't think a lot of y'all understand is that he did all that to get to where he's at, and he
Yep.
has toned it down.
no, I
He
know
had
he
to.
has. He definitely
And
has.
everybody evolves when they're wrestling. We watched a lot of wrestlers evolve where they take things out of their elements or they take things out that they don't wish to do anymore. We watched it. We see it with Edge
Man,
and
I'm about to
changing the way
evolve
he
right now.
maneuvers and the way he moves. We see it with Daniel Bryanson. We've seen it with other wrestlers as well. And
Yeah.
again, we'll probably see it again with Moxley. It's no
Yeah,
different, but
like
this
I
is what he
personally used to
loves.
think that when you got to WWE, they watered you down. But it's not
They
that they
Yeah.
do.
watered.
They do.
Yeah.
It's no,
They
they don't
do.
water you down. They just want you to be safe.
No,
Absolutely.
they slow you down in the element to make you last longer. They're more entertainment factor and moments and not about wrestling anymore. It's about the
What I don't like
moments.
about that
No.
is that I watch guys break their bodies and do all these flips and all this crazy stuff
So
to
Hmm.
get
so have
there,
all of us.
and then the minute they
Yeah.
get there, that knee gone, he can't do
Yep.
What's
that move.
good? What's
Hmm.
good, Diesel? What's good? My bad. I was just saying hi to
It's all
So
good.
just like AJ Styles, he did all that stuff to get to WWE, and now he can't do moves like the spiral tap because he's hurting. and
He
stuff
can't
like
do that
that.
kip up Hurricane Rana.
You can't do that hip hop hurricane Rana. There's certain things that those guys
Bars, I'm
cannot
gonna
do.
drop. I'm being asked to go somewhere else, but I appreciate you, honey. I love you.
All right,
All
thank
right,
you,
Much
cool.
love,
Angel. I
Bars.
Hi,
appreciate you.
Nice meeting
Appreciate
Angel.
you.
everyone. Bye,
Angel.
Shody and Ladybug. I love you guys.
Peace, Bars.
All right.
You
Appreciate you, my
too.
boy.
So there's just a lot of things that those people cannot do anymore. And you though like when they used to do a lot more house shows, and when they used to do a lot more house shows, they used to wrestle like 320 times a year and stuff like that. They had to reel that back in
Yeah,
just so people
now they
could.
try to do like that NBA. They trying to do like 82 shows.
Yeah, but then you got people who are like, oh, people are, and this is where the technical thing, and this is kind of where I get upset. Like, it's like, oh, they don't want it, or they're not as sharp as they used to be because they're botching a lot more. Like stuff like that is kind of where I get upset with like fans and stuff like that, and
I'll see you later,
they almost
Bars.
get mad.
All right,
They almost get
man.
mad
Take
that
You have a
people
care.
get arrested.
you have a good night, my brother.
All right, solid.
Everybody
Same
have
to
a good
you.
night.
brother.
I'm about to be out too, man. Y'all take
Everybody
care.
follow
I'll be back
Solid
up on there, Bars.
Entertainment. So like, yeah, that happens. That happens a lot. We gotta stay safe.
Everybody have a good
Yeah,
night.
we gotta stay safe,
Same
bro.
to you,
Good
bro. Same to
night.
you, man.
Good night, brother.
All right.
Yeah. I do feel that now that everything has toned down, that this conversation is a lot better. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that everybody on the panel, including yourself, Mr. Tyree, you take this and we all learn from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know you. I was only going off the energy
Get to.
that was
Get to. I'm
presented.
here.
That was presented. You know what I'm saying? You sound like a more civil dude, but you got to understand too that we love our wrestling. You know what I'm saying? We fans, and we both can have our opinions without having to go without having to lock horns with one another. You can have your opinion from your perspective, and we can have ours. You know, but I think like it causes a rift when you say, "Oh, our opinions is false," when we all know wrestling is subjective. You know what I mean? We all are allowed to have our opinions. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you what your opinion is. Like, that's your opinion. You can't tell me what my opinion is because that's my opinion. But we all can agree that we love professional wrestling. That's the one thing we can agree on. We all love professional wrestling. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's what it should be about. Us loving professional wrestling and us supporting professional wrestling. That's what it should be about. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny about this? Tyree is like this every single live that I've seen him in. He comes in with guns a blazing, and then close to the end, he's all kumbaya.
Cause
Hey,
I got my shit on, baby. We. I got my shit
because
on.
me and him got into it on Tuesday night, and then afterwards he was like, "No disrespect, we just passionate."
Yeah. Yeah, we're passionate too.
No,
Everybody's
no, cause y'all, cause a lot
everybody's
of
passionate,
y'all
but
come
it's
from my
just
head, and I don't,
but it
and I don't like that shit. Y'all come from
but
my
it's
head. Like,
just but it's
don't
also
tell
the
me I'm
way.
not from Brooklyn when I was born and raised in Brooklyn. Don't tell me
Well,
that.
I
listen,
don't know nothing about that, so
That's
well, I'm
that's
that's
gonna speak
everybody
on
fugazi.
else.
that. I'm gonna speak on that.
That's fugazi.
So
I don't fuck
the
with that.
thing about it is how you came at the live. Like, I don't know you. How you were in the comments was very disrespectful. But when you're it's how you were in the chat versus how you are now is completely different people. It's like your alter ego. So this is
No,
what we're saying. So I can't even I can't be disrespectful to you when you're coming on the panel and you're speaking in a calm tone. But like Bar said, everyone has an opinion. But the thing that we all can agree on is that we love professional wrestling. Whether you are a professional wrestler or we're in the media standpoint of it, like I am, we all either have podcasts, we speak about it. It's opinions. Like, and we're all gonna be on the different sides of wrestling as far as the fans, as far as you actually being a wrestler, and that's just how the business is. There's a lot of things that we like or we dislike. There's a lot of things that you like about the fans or you don't like about the fans. But that's something that we can just be like, we agree to disagree. Let's be respectful. That's the whole thing. When we come on these lives, we don't come on these lives to be disrespectful, to call each other dumb, stupid. We don't do that type of thing at
I
all.
didn't.
Any of
Yeah.
the lives that I've been on,
I didn't.
no, like I've been on one live where literally people try to come at me for not knowing and I had to shut them down. But I did it in a respectful manner. They respected me and we kept it moving. But
Yeah.
when you come on and you're so passionate, you're coming on passionate about something that you disagree with us on. There's a lot of things we all disagree on with each other. I've gone back and forth with a lot of people about stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all love. But how you came, it was very wild. That's why right now we're all calm. But when you was in the comments, you was really trying to boast up, and it's like
Well,
it's not
okay.
something like that. We don't need to
Okay.
do that.
So again, I'm going to try to be as respectful as possible because I came in and put smiley faces. Someone said, "Hey, look who it is," and then apparently my reputation.
Tyree,
That
Look
was
at my
me. That
reputation
was
was,
me
Tyree,
that pointed you out.
and somebody
Tyree,
and they were like, "Oh, I
Tyree,
heard about you."
Tyree,
Yada 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 yada.
Tyree,
And then y'all started
Taylor,
going off. This guy is from
Taylor.
Brooklyn. This guy is trash. This guy is this. This guy is that. Don't y'all shooting at somebody who has bigger artillery. So it's like I'm sitting there like, oh, this is how it's gonna be. I could get the
Taylor,
smoke too. So
Taylor,
I'm on the same energy y'all on. So I didn't come in here like, hey, this like that. I put 3 faces on there. Y'all went off. I went off too. I never come off. I never come off like that unless I have to, because y'all back me into a corner. So now I'm smoking you. That's my mentality.
But yeah,
Hold
you
on a
ain't
second,
smoking
I would
Tyree.
like to
nobody.
say
Like
something,
Hold on a
please.
you were
second.
never
I'm
smoking
Hold on,
speaking.
anybody.
real
Now
quick,
we're about
real
to go
My,
quick.
back,
my
and now
man.
we're going back into
Hold
it
on.
because like
no,
you
Ty,
really,
Before we do
everybody
that,
was
before
trying to
we
be
do
calm,
that,
and
hold
now you
on.
really
Tyree,
want to go back on
And,
You
some
see what I'm
and you
smoke.
saying?
try,
Like you're not
Tyree,
doing that.
hey, bro,
Tyree,
hey,
You're
bro,
Tyree,
bugging.
Hey,
we was all.
See
before
what
we
I'm
do that,
saying? I'm just
hold on. Tyree,
explaining
hey,
hold on a second.
Tyree,
what
Give
my
me
It
mindset
one
sounds
is.
like
second.
you
Tyree,
trying
Give
to
me
do
one
a heel
second.
turn again, bro. It sounds
No,
like you trying to
no,
do a
He's
Tyree,
heel
trying.
turn
I'm
again.
talking
Tyree,
It's
about
No,
my
wild.
mindset
no.
Tyree,
when it
stop
goes to
smoking
Y'all,
on
things.
dick.
everybody,
Besides
hold
the
on a
facts
second.
of
Tyree,
what
stop
happened.
smoking
Everybody,
on
hold on
dick.
a second.
Tyree,
Hold on a
stop
second.
smoking on dick.
Hey,
What are we doing?
big man, chick, big man.
Dog.
Hey, when
Yes,
we
brother.
talking, you ain't I guarantee you, Tyree can hear you saying his name, but let him finish speaking first. We're trying to be respectful, and I get where Tyree and Jody are going right now, but let them finish doing their thing, and if you have a question for Tyree, you can ask after Jody and Tyree are done.
I have
Thank
my
you.
hand up also,
Okay.
Darwin.
Yeah,
So
and that's all I was saying. So that's all I was saying. My mindset when y'all going off on me like that because I came in and put 3 faces and somebody pointed me out, I'm like, all right, word, this what we on. So that's where I came from, and that's where the disconnect was from the very beginning. So I don't go in generally from that. When I'm in that with live with Chris and stuff like that, and I'm chilling with my homies. I'm here. But when I'm hearing the disrespect right here, all right, I'm not running from it.
And we're not
So,
either.
all
So
right, so we here. We hit
So
button
Tyree,
heads because
so what's up?
Tyree, real
we all
quick.
feel
So
like that.
Tyree,
What's up?
why you smoking on dick?
What?
Huh?
What do you
huh?
say?
Hey, bro, like, listen,
I
listen.
kicked him. I kicked him.
Yeah, I
He
just
just
want to
said
say that
something real inappropriate.
TikTok language, like, we not having that. Like, if you gonna come up here, I don't care. I don't care what Tyree might say that you disagree with. If you're in the chat section, if you gonna come up here, yo, chill. Like, don't go saying some outlandish type stuff. You know what I mean? We not having that. You will get
Or at least
kicked.
not mumble it. At least not mumble it. Say with your chest.
Yeah.
It's not
I,
even about mumbling. It's just not to say it. But
That's
Ladybug,
some
go
Yeah,
ahead,
like
girl.
say with your
that's some
chest.
thank you.
pause worthy type stuff, man.
Because
So
he
So
clearly,
as of what?
so
No,
my yeah.
thank you. I was trying to say something. So, like Jody said, it was about how you came out the line from the gate. Like you were left when you came out. The type of person I am, I always try to be positive with people. Like my content is always try to come from a positive place. I go out my way. If I ever say something critical, I always follow it with something positive because I'm not gonna just make comments after comments just being critical and then not having anything to say about stuff I like, the stuff I do support. So when you came out, the live saying stuff about things that you obviously have never seen or know anything about me, I felt attacked. I mean, you're assuming that you know me and know the people in the live, like you constantly talk to us and constantly listen to us, and you haven't. So I'm just you're saying you didn't come from a bad place, but at the same time, your words, your actions have said different constantly. And we've been in lives before. You may not remember, but I've been in live with you on Chris's live
Mhm.
before, and you were disrespectful then too. So when you started talking, I left the live because number one, I don't want to come out of pocket and come from a bad place to you or myself, and the disrespect bars either, because this is his life.
Mhm.
You know, because at the end of the day, this is somebody else's life. I don't know why, as Black people, we shouldn't be doing that to each other at all. Like, this is our community.
Mhm.
The mainstream IWC don't want us here. As I keep telling Chris, they don't want us here in this business. They
That's
don't
right.
want Black wrestlers. Like, what are we doing arguing with each other about a sport that don't want us here in the first place? We should be uplifting each other up.
Ooh,
So
come on, lady. You're
yeah,
I've
that
speaking
always and
facts.
I've always been on that. I've always
are
been.
you
I
sure?
bring up places. Yes, absolutely. Don't.
Because why are you attacking us right now? Like
I'm
you're
not
Why do
coming,
you,
attacking
you be
you.
you're
trying to
doing
start
another
something, baby?
Can
180.
I? Y'all don't let me speak. So I always bring up places like Ashe and certain things like that, so we can uplift the Black people. I've had conversations about race on Black people, stuff like that. I've been about
Okay, so why
have
don't
a
you just
Black
start
essence
saying
group.
hello
I bring Black
saying
people
crazy
to
questions when you come
promotions
into the
up here
line?
in a predominantly white area. I do this. So
No, when you
I'm not
came into the
saying
live, why didn't you say hi? How are y'all doing? How y'all like BackLash? Instead, you came out like a troll with nothing to live for. It sounded crazy.
before I got in the square.
Yeah,
You
before
heard
you
how
got in the
they
square, you
no
sounded crazy.
before I got in the square. They were
Yeah,
y'all did y'all not hear what they were saying all that good stuff about me?
it,
Y'all
we
did,
said
did
that
you hear
because of
that?
you. When you came in the live, you were
I
coming
came
out of
in with
pocket
three
regardless.
smiley faces, and then I got pointed out, and then y'all started going off on me.
But does your
Yo,
No,
reputation
yo,
not
that's
yo,
not
precede
true.
Tyree.
you?
That's very
Tyree, I
That's
true.
got a
not
question.
that's not true. That's not true. That is not true.
Boss, is this recorded? You we could always look that over if it's recorded.
It could, we could look it
For sure, for
It's
over.
sure.
definitely
Like what's
recorded,
what
bro.
you
Yeah,
All
it's
right, we
right.
can look it over. I'll take the L if it's wrong, but that's what happened.
Well, if we're past that at this point, you know what I'm saying. I feel like we should just move on. But like I
Well,
said, man, you seem like for a second you was about to do a heel turn. You know what I'm saying? Like we was on a level playing field at first, and then all of a sudden you started flipping the script. I thought you was gonna do a Xena on us, bro. You know what I'm
I came to
saying?
try to
Like
meet people. Hold on.
I
I
thought
know.
you was gonna do a Xena, man. Like you
Okay,
know
I
what I
know.
mean? But
Wait, yo, Tyree.
What's up?
Why was you in your little girl's panties sucking her dick in
hey,
her
hey, hey,
pussy?
yo, get out of here, man.
Her
Come on,
dick in her.
bro. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
These weirdos here. What we on?
Yo,
Is that what he thinking about?
Yo, bars.
It's
Anytime
weirdo.
somebody wanna like
Whoa.
do stuff like, oh, may I
He
join
blocked.
in and stuff like that, nah,
He's
because
blocked.
it seems like it's the same person just using different pages.
He got
So
like
like,
seven
yeah.
nah.
burners.
No,
Why
I
we
didn't.
gotta do this on a Saturday night?
Not a
Word.
no.
He should be out. He should be out smoking hookah or something like that. Drinking something.
Nah, we don't
Watching
even
wrestling. We
don't
talking
even
about little girl
Don't
stuff.
worry,
That's
Barnes.
don't even
I handle
repeat
it.
it. Don't even repeat it. Don't even
I'm
repeat
I
it,
not.
handle
Yeah,
bro.
I
it.
know.
Like
No, I'm not. I respect your love.
we moving on. We moving
We on.
on,
We on.
man. We
Just to
moving
add
on.
on to what Ladybug said, like, listen, when it comes to us in spaces that are not welcoming, when I see bars, when I see bars on live, I always come on his live. Even if I'm not in the panel, I'm always in the chat and just listening. I remember we were having conversations, I think, after WrestleMania, I think after night two. We
Mhm.
had we all had like a really, really great conversation. And I
Mhm.
specifically come on his live and stay on his live and support because this is more, and I've been on, and we've all been on plenty lives with different races, different ethnicities or whatever, but there's places where we feel the most comfortable at, and
Mhm.
that's like here. And one thing I'm all for is making sure that we all feel safe and comfortable. So I don't like the situations where we gotta come at each other and speak to each other disrespectfully because we all got a lot going on in our lives. So let this be our peace of mind. So
Mhm.
let's, when moving forward, I love to put in emails when I have to work. Let's come at each other in a respectful manner. Even if we disagree, let's just be respectful about it.
Mhm.
Because we already gotta fight the world. Let's not do it in spaces like this where we're having a voice and we could speak to each other, whether you're on the wrestling side or you're on the media side. Let's just be
Mhm.
respectful about it, period.
And I'm
That's
Yeah.
with
that's
you.
that's it.
And I'm with you on that. I did the same thing just now because I saw my man Darkwing on it. I saw my man. I looked at the red thing. I saw my man Darkwing on it. I was like, let me come in. Let me support because I can't actively. I would have been booked somewhere training if I wasn't hurt. If I didn't not recover from a leg. So this is what I can do for wrestling business to at least get some something going. See what's going on in the community. I'm about it too. But people
And you're
jump the
given a
people
and
jump
you're
the
given
gun.
a and you're but the thing is you're given a great perspective as a wrestler. You know, we like some of us don't have the opportunity to speak to indie wrestlers or wrestlers that are in the industry big. We don't have that opportunity. So
Yeah.
when we can speak to someone like you that has a lot of knowledge and wisdom, what we're saying is the first thing is to come in respect. That's what we gotta live on, and that's what we gotta die on is respect. F
Hmm.
everything else. We got to come at each other with respect because we know that the world don't respect us in general. So let's respect each other and let's respect ourselves. That's all we're saying. So
Yeah.
when that happens, then we can healthily agree to disagree. There's a lot of things that we all don't agree on. But when we say, yo, you know what? I respect your opinion, you respect my opinion, we could agree to disagree and we move on, cool. Then there's I bet you when you come like that, everybody will support you. And that's
Hmm.
what we do. Everybody will support you. But when you come like you a John Cena heel and it seems like you trolling, it's like, hold on, we don't do that in this live. You could do that in any other lives because that's the type of energy and the era that they bring, but we don't do that here. Like we're very very respectful. We come from all different walks of life, but one thing is we supposed to be kinfolk, so that's what we got to stand on first, and that's what I'm gonna stand on with that.
We're supposed to be, and I get aired out before I even got the opportunity to speak, just like how we're doing right now. And I would like to get to know all these people just like this, but
Okay.
reputation precede me, so I have to deal with that. I have to sleep in the bed that I lay in, right? So
We all do.
I have no problem running from whatever's going on, and this is kind of where, and that those situations is kind of where it goes. And I have no problem taking it to this level. We talking, we chicken, we chilling, we kicking it.
All right,
This is
cool.
what we are.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. I'm here with you.
Well, like I said before, you know what I mean? I appreciate how the conversation is going now. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't turning heel. You ain't turning heel. You staying face. Let's just stay face for now. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no title belts to the head or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Nah.
I'm making a joke out of it because I want people to laugh, but I'm being serious. You know what I mean? Like let cooler heads prevail. You know what I mean?
And I
Yeah.
do want to yo, thank you for your platform for letting this air out and happen, brother.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to be as big as a disruptor as I was, or
yeah.
as my situation is. And you've been a great host in holding it down. So everybody who hasn't, follow them. And we holding it down for the rest of the community, regardless of where we're from and what aspect we come from it. So I appreciate you, brother.
No problem, no problem. We appreciate you too, man. If anybody else want to come up, I know Dub is still down there somewhere or whatever. You know what I mean? If he want to let anybody else up, he can, and we could continue the conversation for a little while longer if y'all want. I know. What's coming up next? PLE wise, what is coming up next for either
What is
promotion?
that?
I know Saturday Night Main Event. They just announced that. Well, they didn't just announce it, but they reminded us tonight that that's the
Okay,
next one, I believe. And
Is
then
okay,
SummerSlam after?
No,
no,
they have
After
it's
theater,
Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide. I think
Oh,
it's the same day. Worlds
yeah,
Collide and Money in the Bank. And I seen something with Evolution too,
hmm
the
yeah.
all women's pay-per-view that's coming up. I heard, I'm not sure we could speak about this. I'm not sure if it's true, but I did hear that Mariah may come on. She may
yeah,
come
Oh,
to
yeah.
the
That's
to
true.
Evolution.
That's true.
Evolution is an all women's event.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
yes.
All right.
If they're
yes.
gonna pull
Yes.
the trigger, they need to do it now. The women division is stacked. They have the people to build a decent card to do so.
Yeah,
and they got
yeah.
Worlds
Yeah.
Collide as well.
Hmm.
I did realize, I don't know if y'all realized that since the acquisition of AAA, I realized that, like when they're doing the little bio of people, like when they're coming out, like with Ray Phoenix, I saw that they put like he was like a AAA tag team champion and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, they actually like, showing what championships that they won in different promotions now. So
Hmm.
it's pretty big. It's pretty big of what they're doing. So I'm liking where it's going so far. And maybe I think Barji was talking about it, that they may take over different other territories or something like that. Maybe
Yeah, yeah.
maybe
The one territory that I mean we know about it. We kind of know about it now. Like, I heard New Japan is in negotiation. I don't know how far that's gonna go because New Japan is pretty big, and I heard I definitely heard Pro Wrestling Noah. I heard about that. Um, there was another promotion I heard about as well that they try to do, but basically, WWE's trying to do the territory thing and get every small, big, whatever territory under one umbrella. You know what I'm saying? And exchange talent, almost similar to what they're doing with TNA. But the difference is they don't have ownership over TNA. They just got a business agreement. These other
right.
promotions they're trying to actually have ownership over. You know what I mean? But it.
So it's kind of like what Vince Jr. did a little bit, like in the beginning.
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know but you know I mean I like the idea. Listen, I think all of us, this could be a hot take, but I think we would love to see a AEW WWE, almost like a Survivor Series, War Games type
Yeah,
vibes that would literally break the internet, the wrestling community,
Mhm.
IWC,
There will be
whatever.
fights in the parking lot.
the
I
matches
mean, yes,
for
yes,
me,
it will be. The
for
whole
me,
Osprey being better than every WWE wrestler, like that will be put on the line.
Mhm.
The only
So
problem
the,
is like
the
missing
amount
entertainment. Go ahead.
the amount of matches that I can think of with AEW stars versus WWE stars is just a lot. Like I have like probably over 100 I can think of.
The
they would
only
need to do
problem.
they would need to do like a whole year worth of pay-per-view just for
Mhm.
WWE versus AEW. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
one time one January will be Royal Rumble, then like July will be Double or Nothing. Like it will have to be like back to back like that, and going into each other's promotions and just taking over. It would be that
Let
crazy.
Let me
The
ask
e-
you. Go ahead, Tyree.
the,
Then I'll go.
egos. The only problem with that is the egos. Like the egos, everybody's gonna have to be professional in both locker rooms.
Yeah, I
The,
mean it's a fantasy, but yeah,
yeah,
ego thing is definitely, it will definitely be there. Like
somebody to go
unfortunately.
under to somebody to go under to somebody, and somebody to
Hmm.
go over somebody. It'll be a mess. It'll probably be a bigger mess for the people booking it than the actual workers. They probably don't care as much, but like that's going to be an ordeal. It'll probably take 2-3 years to develop something like that. And then the
I think
loser, oh
Triple
my
H would be
god,
with it, but I think Tony Khan has the one that has the ego and the pride. I think Triple H
oh
will
yeah,
be,
absolutely.
humble enough to do that because he's all about the business. Even though he'd be like, don't listen to what social media says, I think he will still be okay with it. Like,
Mhm.
it,
The
I think so.
discords after that show, that fantasy show, the discord after that will be insane. Whoever wins is gonna be this is like Kendrick and Drake. Like the discord is gonna be nuts.
Yeah, yeah. I do think at some point in time, these two promotions will call the quits as far as beefing with one another, and I do think they will work together in some point in time in the future because I mean, it's only so much back and forth you could do. I mean, look, WCW and WWE eventually worked with each other. ECW and
Because they got
WWE
bought out.
eventually. Well, yeah, they got brought out, but what I'm saying is that you know it happened, and some. I'm not saying AEW would get brought out, but
No,
ECW,
they got bought out, as in Ted Turner sold them.
yeah, Well, I don't see Tony Khan doing that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't see him doing that. But ECW worked with WWE, and
Yeah.
NWA is working with WWE. Natalia is
Yeah.
over there right now.
hmm
WWE is working with GCW as well. So it's like it can happen.
it's more of like the wrestlers got permission to do like stuff like Bloodsport and other stuff like that. They'll give Natalia permission to do so. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's like a real working relationship, but they'll let some of their lower card or somebody who's not doing something do some
I think
indies.
they're doing it just to test the waters. They're gonna try it out with one person to see
Yeah.
how it is, like see how the relationship is, and then like move forward with like other because if you think about it, Natalia wasn't doing nothing on the main card.
no, she
So
wasn't.
like she really wasn't, and it's unfortunate. So to see her in like Bloodsport and now in NWA is amazing because she is a veteran. She is like the locker room leader for the
Mhm.
women. So it's amazing to see, and I love it because I feel like she deserves that spot. I feel like she should be in the title match, but if she's not, then let her do what she's doing right now, which is great because then it gives us fans that we probably never seen anything from NWA recently to go watch NWA because she's there.
Right,
Same
right,
thing with Bloodsport. I watched the entire thing of Bloodsport because of Karrion Cross, Shayna Baszler, and Natalia
right.
because they were there. You know what I'm saying? So it
Hmm.
just gives us fans like that probably never had the opportunity to see that to watch it. And this is the best time to be a wrestling fan. This
Yeah.
is honestly, this is just the best time to be a wrestling fan.
I definitely agree 110%. Like when I seen Natalia come out, I was like, for one, I didn't even know that was Natalia at first. I said, wait, I had to look real good. I was like, is that Natalia? I was like, yo, like she looked badass. I was like, oh
Yeah.
snap, she
She's
was.
a completely different person because she's not dolled up and dressed up like how
Mm-hmm.
she is in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So she had the braids, she had the hair tied back, she had the shorts. She was ready for a fight, you
Yeah.
And
know,
she
and that's what it was.
and she showed a different side of her that we're not used to seeing, and she can go. She can
That's what
go.
I'm
Like,
saying.
Yeah.
What she was doing in the dungeon and how she was trained in the dungeon is basically what she presented right there.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So all that training that she has done for people that she has trained, she literally put it out there. And I listen, it made the respect factor that I have for Natalia just went up even more. It
So
just
Man, me
went up
too.
even more. Like that's my girl. I love Natalia and I respect everything that she's doing. And when she retires, it's gonna be a sad day because
absolutely.
that's she should have gotten her flowers earlier than that. But you know
Mhm.
what? I'm glad that she has the opportunity to go to different territories and promotions to promote her stuff, to
And
promote who
she
she truly is.
And to go even further than that, she has her and Tyson are running the Dungeon 2.0 in Florida. So there's
Mm,
Wow.
a lot of the indie guys. A lot of my friends are going down there. Midas Black, Marcus Mathers, stuff like that. They've gone down there. They videoed. I've seen what they've done. These guys are getting sharper and sharper all the time just by going to her. Guys from AEW, WWE, all those guys are training in the Dungeon 2.0. And like she's putting her mark not only in WWE but in professional wrestling as all. I'll give her all the flowers, all the gardens, everything. She deserves.
absolutely. She's taking the Stu Hart role because
Yes.
Stu Hart was doing that,
Mm-hmm.
and she's taken that role. Her and what's her husband name again? You just said it. I'm
Tyson
sorry.
Fury.
I just
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I just drew a blank. I'm over here having a nice drink, so sorry. So like they're taking on that role and I absolutely love it. Like they're training so much people and now they're having it in Florida where it's accessible to a lot of people. This is great. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely am enjoying what she's doing right now. So I hope maybe someday, it's a dream, but maybe someday she could possibly bring that character over into the E and see what happens. That's what I'm hoping. Maybe one day she could do that.
Honestly, if she doesn't, I don't think she needs to. Even if she does or she doesn't, I think she's good. She's made.
Mm,
She's made. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think now because we have so much access to see other promotions that we're just not looking at Natalia and like thinking that she's just not being used. She's gonna be used in other promotions and what she's doing. It's amazing. Like I absolutely love her and her work and she's just gonna go far.
Yeah.
That's it.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree for sure. Yeah, she's definitely gonna go far. Yeah. I honestly, I'm honestly looking forward to see what this Worlds Collide thing is going to be like. Honestly, I'm looking forward to that. I definitely want to see what they're going to do because I watched a lot of Lucha Libre, and I'm anxious to see what it's going to look like under a WWE microscope. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I just want to see. I'm hoping and praying that they don't water it down, which I don't think they're going to, due to the fact that they're not the ones that's in charge of creative. It's going to be Conan and Jeremy Borash, which Jeremy Borash used to work for TNA, so he done phenomenal work in TNA. So
Conan don't play.
yeah, and I don't think
But Worlds Collide,
what's that?
uh, Worlds Collide used to be an NXT event.
What what'd you say? Like it used to be a NXT event. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never heard of a Worlds Collide under NXT. I know I've heard it in the Indies.
They've done it for a couple of years now.
Okay.
yeah.
What wasn't it with another promotion? What was
Mhm.
It was
wasn't it
with
with
it was just NXT and NXT UK.
NXT UK. Yep.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
okay, okay.
okay, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I think I remember now what you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah.
And
It
they
ended
opened
in
some
2022.
international people too. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's more like a U.S. versus the world type stuff.
yeah,
yeah.
Got it. Got it.
yeah,
But yeah, it's gonna be a definitely and the fact that it's gonna be the same time as Money in the Bank, like how I felt with Stand and Deliver was better than night one of WrestleMania. So I think that's probably what we're gonna get. We're gonna get
yeah.
a and then
Standard Deliver was fire. It
it
definitely
was it
was.
was definitely fire. And then now because isn't I mean Alberto Del Rio, isn't he with AAA? So how
Yeah.
is that gonna work out
We still don't know
with him?
the ins or out of that. We don't know if they released. They said they released them. Their contract is attached to AAA. I don't
Hmm.
know if there's a. We won't know until he pops up somewhere where his.
Mm,
So unfortunately, we that's kind of dangling over our heads. There's nothing's definitive right now when it comes to his contract, as far as I know. Like,
Yeah. Well, we just have to wait and see. As
gotta
far
wait and
as
see.
that,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, Tyree on some kumbaya shit now.
Darkwing, please.
Yes,
Please.
please.
Just
Yo,
shut
is
the
he
hell
your
up.
favorite wrestler, Jada Parker?
Shut
Is
up.
he is he your favorite wrestler, Jada Parker?
Listen,
Uh
listen.
huh. Uh
I done
huh.
already told you.
Uh
You
huh.
owe me an apology, and you
Uh huh.
still haven't apologized.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
We
What
about to
what has
go that
happened here?
180.
So,
We
so
about to go
on
back to that
Tuesday,
180.
on Tuesday, after everything was all chill, I pointed out that my wife had came into the live, and I
Oh.
said, "Hey, everybody, say what's up to my wife. She in the live." And then he pointed out, "Didn't you say you like you some Jada Parker?" And I had to play it off like, I don't know who Jada
Oh.
Parker is. I don't know who Jada Parker is. Who Jada Parker? And
No,
then
he
when
didn't.
she was at work, so when she got home that morning in the morning, she was like, "So who's Jada Parker?"
Of course she
So
did.
so
Jesus.
I had to show her a picture
Jesus.
of Jada Parker.
Damn,
Son.
bro.
Let
Dang.
me tell you something. As a woman, Jada Parker will make you do some things. I'm a woman. I love me some Jada
Oh shit.
Parker. Like that woman is fine.
Yeah. Hey, yo, not for nothing. Not for nothing. That's one thing that I know for sure that I wouldn't get in trouble for. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just respectful. I'm respectful to my queen, so that's why you don't never see me like acknowledge any other females' likenesses on my live or whatever like that. But if my wife is standing right here with me, she wouldn't get mad at me if I say anything, you know what I'm saying? But I just won't be inappropriate, but she wouldn't get mad at me. That's one thing I know we have because she said things about guys before too, but I know at the end of the day, I'm the numero uno. So and I
Hey,
Period.
and I'm not insecure, so you know what I'm saying? I'm good, you know what I mean?
no, but
Period.
it wasn't malicious. He likes wrestling. Jada Parker's a wrestler. I mentioned Jada Parker. That's you know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's all good. She said something about my wife said something about Roman Reigns. I was like, all right, well, I'm the Roman Reigns in this house. So you know what I'm saying?
You got
The
Roman
tribal
Reigns at
the
home.
Why'd you
tribal
call
chief.
her
You got Roman
husband?
Reigns at home.
yeah, I'm the
Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge.
acknowledge me, you know what I'm saying? So we good. We good,
You
you
got
know.
Roman
So
Reigns at home. That's crazy.
yeah.
That's wild.
So, it's all good, you know. But
Dun, dun,
yeah.
dun.
Yeah, so yeah, but
And
I'm
then I told him that my wife got mad about it. He was like, "But did you make up to her?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." He said, "You're welcome."
Hey, man,
Lord
the makeup,
child.
you know, might end up doing him a favor.
oh man. Yeah,
So
man.
so who do y'all think is a next opponent for Cena?
Oh,
Now
please.
that Randy, I'm putting my air quotes, quote unquote, loss because we know our truth is a hot ass mess. He was the reason why, and the amount of referees that could have came out. So, who do you think is the next opponent for Cena? Do you see Cody coming back? Do you see someone else going for the title, like a CM Punk, AJ Styles? Um, I
I
don't know. Anybody
I
else?
personally don't want Cody to come back for a while. Like sometimes when you've worked a year and a half doing what these guys do, I think you need as much time as possible. Take care of your kid, do your thing. I think that Orton should get another shot, but have
Mm-hmm.
a blow off match or like want to relive their classic I Quit match or not I Quit match, but Last Man Standing or something like that, something goofy, so they can get their shenanigans in. Um, I don't have a clear answer for that, honestly.
Yeah, really, really, really. At this point, we don't know who's going the next opponent be. It could be
I
our
don't have a
truth
clear
for all
answer.
we know. You know what I
Oh
mean? He
Lord.
did, he did, he did, he
Take the
did.
will.
He did put our
That's not a
truth
bad
through a
idea.
table.
I'm not gonna hold you. That's not a
Yeah,
bad idea.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. I wouldn't mind seeing our truth crashing out on his childhood hero. I wouldn't mind
That's
seeing
not
it.
a bad idea.
Not the childhood hero. He older
That's
than the
not a
childhood
bad idea.
hero.
Yeah.
You're onto something, bro. That's not a bad idea. I'm
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it. He put our truth through a table. I found
I
that
want
funny.
that.
I found it funny when he did that. So I wouldn't mind seeing it. Like, yeah, bring
Yeah.
Art Truth out of that comical character and make him be serious and be like, nah, I gotta stand on business. I gotta handle that. So,
We need that R Truth. I think it was what 2011, 2012 when he was crashing out with Miz. That's the R Truth that
Oh,
we
he was
yeah.
need.
smoking a cigarette.
He was
What?
smoking a
What?
cigarette,
He was
yeah.
smoking a cigarette when
Blowing
when
smoke
they
into his
crashed
face?
when they crashed the show. I think it was was it
Oh,
a
that was the
chamber?
Cena Rock tag team match.
Or
They
something like, yeah, they
yeah.
was going crazy and they got arrested or some shit like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
we need that R Truth. That's really who we need at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
I wouldn't
you
mind
know,
seeing that.
I'm actually just okay with this R Truth facing off against Cena
I mean,
and
no, not no,
doing the
no.
wrestling.
Yeah, listen, listen.
I'm
How much
okay with
how
that.
how much more days we got a Cena with 25 more,
25, something
26
like
more
that.
days?
23, I think. 23
Yeah, so
Lord
appearances.
Jesus, take the will.
What's going
and that,
on,
and
man?
that and that's my thing. People don't like the main event of WrestleMania and stuff like that. And I'm like, it goes perfect with the gimmick. Like you thought that was going to be catch as catch can. You thought it was going to be Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ricochet or something like that, or or Dane Bryan. Like y'all were wilding. Y'all thought that was going to be that.
Oh no, I was upset the way the match was going, but then I understood later on when I thought about his character. I was like, he said he's going to ruin wrestling, and that's exactly what he started
Barnes, we
doing.
spoke up. We spoke about that. We spoke
Mm-hmm.
about that. Like when we spoke
Mm-hmm.
about that after, it's just like we was mad because like the thing about it is with us wrestling fans, our expectations are very high. We put shit on a high pedestal, unfortunately, because we have been spoiled from what we had seen prior to. So like our expectations are so high. So when we see something and we're disappointed, we're gonna be disappointed in that moment. But like an hour or two later, or probably the next day, we understand what it is. So we'll get over it.
Yeah, like y'all got mad at The Rock because he didn't show up because y'all got spoiled from last year and all the shenanigans that happened then. Everybody and their mama to come out and do that, and y'all got Travis Scott.
Listen, I would have took anybody else but Travis Scott.
Y'all got Travis Scott and got mad. Oh man.
Looking like a geek. Get the hell on. I was just like, bruh.
See, and then Cena was dead on. He was just like, "I'm ruining wrestling. This is what it is. Y'all get a Monday Night Raw finish, and then I'm gonna talk about y'all not getting what y'all want."
But if you seen the match tonight between him and Orton, you see that he couldn't the same antics and shenanigans he did with Cody Rhodes.
He ain't do that.
He couldn't do that too much of that with Randy Orton. It wasn't until
Yeah.
the end. It wasn't until the end. That's when he started doing some stuff towards the end. But he couldn't do that at first because it was a totally different match. He actually wrestled a better match with Randy than he did with Cody Rhodes.
That's
Definitely.
storytelling. He can't get that over on OG because he's an OG too.
Yeah,
I think I,
exactly.
I think
That's
I think I
storytelling.
had I think I had said that in a live that with Raven or somebody else. I was just like the match with Cena and Cody was trash, but I think because they don't have any connection with Randy and John, they have a connection for 20 something years.
Oh,
So
chemistry, ring
they
chemistry.
that chemistry, yeah, ring chemistry that like they don't have to call out moves and things like that. They already it's so natural with them. And they basically like what we've seen from 2009 and prior to or even on, we've seen that a little bit here. But they're just older. It was still
I'm gonna,
good though. Like
I'm
I
gonna do
really
something
liked that
different.
match.
I'm gonna do something different here. I'm gonna ask you guys a question from your guys' perspective. I know what wrestling ring chemistry look like from people. I know if people are gelling well and not. Can you guys see that as fans? Can you guys see that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could see it when we just like we said before when you watched Randy Orton and John Cena, it was a way smoother match. When you watched Cody and John Cena, it was pretty rough to watch. You know what I mean? Even with if you want to talk about the last WrestleMania, even with Gunther and Jay Uso, that was a pretty rough match to watch too. You know what I mean? Like it, and their first encounter with each other was better, but this encounter for the world title was kind of rough to watch. You know what I mean? And
Does that viewpoint get skewed because y'all didn't want Jay in that position in the first place
no, I
to
didn't.
get the title? Does
I
that get skewed? Like I'm speaking as not a fan to fans. Does that get skewed because y'all already think Jay Uso can't wrestle?
no, I
Well,
never thought that.
I never thought that.
Yeah,
So
I
me
I
never
think
either.
thought that.
yeah, I never thought that.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably for other lives, but I never thought that Jay couldn't wrestle. I think the
Yeah.
This is
only
like a
thing
general
is,
consensus of wrestling.
I
I'm
think
curious though.
I think that goes more along the lines to the people that think they already know everything. I don't think any
yeah,
of us here didn't believe that Jay Uso could wrestle. Couldn't wrestle, I should say. Um,
My bad. My
I
bad.
I didn't have a problem with it. But then you got those people out there that think they know everything you know that think it's cool to boo the good guy in a sense, you know what I mean? Oh no, he can't do this. He can't do what Will Ospreay does. So no, he is not a good wrestler. You know what I mean? It's those kind of people.
right.
One thing can I say is I would never say that a professional wrestler is terrible at wrestling because I can't do that. I'm not gonna say they're terrible. I'm gonna say, okay, they're not on this guy level, but they're still good at professional wrestling. I'm not gonna say somebody's out who Jay Uso's been doing this for like 20 years. He's not terrible at professional wrestling. So I
Right.
don't get what people like. I don't get how people could just say that. Like
It
Yeah,
baffles my mind.
I
And that's
definitely
the
don't think
perspective.
of it.
And that's the perspective. Kind of what I like.
Yeah,
Like y'all get it. Y'all can have your opinions, but when y'all start telling me how to do this shit, y'all get it.
yeah. Like
So
I would never
ALW
go say
is that the American Lucha in North Carolina?
what's that.
What?
No, ALW. I did a promotion called AL American Lucha Wrestling in North Carolina. I was just wondering if it was the same one.
Oh,
Oh no,
oh,
this is I'm Aaron Loves Wrestling podcast.
Mm.
yeah, yeah. So
ALW, there you go.
Hmm.
yeah, so I definitely, I definitely never thought, Jay. I always thought Jay Uso could wrestle. You know what I mean? I just thought the match was just kind of rough. That's all. I thought their first encounter for the Intercontinental title was a lot smoother than the one for the world title. But I understood at the end of the day, why it was like that. Because it's kind of like Jay's trying to step up to the plate and do something different to show that he can do it to win that world
Right.
title. So I understood after thinking about it. Then I was like, okay, I see why it is what it is. So I get it. I get it. I want to give Legendary a chance to talk and ALW the chance to talk, man. What did y'all think of Backlash? I'll start with ALW. What you think of Backlash, bro?
I thought Backlash was pretty good from start to finish. I really loved the Fatal Four Way match. That was a
Mm-hmm.
great match to start off the show.
Mm-hmm.
The women's match was a great match. That
Yes.
is back and forth, and Becky losing surprised me. I seriously thought she was going to win, and when Lyra got the pin on her, and just that rolling her up like that, I was like, what? So that surprised me. Gunther and Pat was a fun match. It wasn't like ooh or ah, but it was a good fun match in my opinion. Same thing with Dom and Penta.
Relax,
Uh,
Doc.
Randy and Cena. That was a really good match as well. And towards the end, I feel like a lot of like with Triple H, especially with the main event rounding the legends, we get a lot of these referees going down, and then you see the chaos unfold instead of just a good solid match. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we saw it with Cody and Cena. I mean, we even saw it last year when we had WrestleMania 40. Um, and then now we're seeing this again with Orton and Cena. So it's like, are we going to be able to see Cena do a full match without any interference, without any,
No.
referees going
Would
down or
you be
anything like
okay?
No.
that?
Hold on.
No, I don't think
Would you
so.
be okay with that?
So that's the thing is like, I don't mind seeing it every now and then, but if it's going to be an oncoming thing, it's like, man, it's just not the same as like when they did it last year at WrestleMania 40. I thought it was great with the no bloodline with the bloodlines world match and um, and all that. But when you have it when the referee goes down, and you have the referee go down again, and then it's like okay, then I'm expecting somebody to return. I thought Cody Rhodes was honestly, and he was going to
I
cost
did too.
Randy the title. I posted on X. I thought he was going to come out, try to help Randy, and then do something to screw Randy up by accident, and then it'll start the feud with Orton and Rhodes. But that didn't happen. And then seeing Archers come out, that was a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
But I just,
I think the character that Cena is playing is not it's like a dirty character. So he's not gonna win clean. He's gonna win with that low blow and the belt. That's
Mm-hmm.
his new move set right now. It's not the AA,
yeah.
it's not the STFU, it's none of those
Mhm.
things. It's a low blow belt, we're gonna
Mhm.
win. Because that's the Cena heel that his character is portraying right now. It's like, the dirtiest player in the game. That's the move set that he's doing right
Ric
now.
Flair. We're
So
doing
the
very,
Ric
very,
Flair,
yep.
very much a Ric Flair to hold that 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So. That
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
but
what it is right now.
so you want Cena to go 30 minutes and just wrestle when he's actively trying to ruin wrestling, the perspective of wrestling for what it is?
Well, I wouldn't say like 30 minutes, but I mean, I don't know.
It's a main
Me, I'm
event.
not the guy that likes to keep seeing interference after interference after interference, even though they might be dirty. After a while, it's like, okay, we've seen this before just with a new cast. So I would like to just see, like, he could still win dirty, just not interference or the referee have to go down. Maybe the referee looks away, maybe he does his thing or whatever, but not constant. Um, you know, a referee goes down and oh, here comes so and all that. Maybe even go for the pin and put his foot on the ropes and the referee didn't see it. Something like that. Uh, that's just me. I just want to keep seeing interference after interference after
He's
interference.
booking.
That's just my opinion.
He's booking.
Yeah. What's up, legendary man? What was your take on Backlash?
What's good, y'all? It was decent. I mean, the Fatal Four Way, I liked it. Which, oh my God, we got a new Bloodline member. Ugh.
Are we still
Um,
in a bloodline era, or we just like what is?
I don't
Double
think
fruit.
I think they're
Are we
still trying to continue it
are we still a
with new
bloodline
members.
2.0? Like what
I
we
think we're in
doing?
the spinoff era. I don't know.
The spinoff. Sorry,
It might be
sorry,
Until
3
legendary. I don't mean to
3.0.
interrupt you.
oh no, you good, you
It might be Bloodline 3.0 right now.
Right.
good.
Part 3.
Bloodline remix. Like
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. Bloodline remix. Exactly.
If they were doing Bloodline, I think Hikuleo would have came out instead of Jeff Cobb.
Oh man,
I think he's
yeah,
Is
coming
he
out
still
next.
signed with WWE?
yeah, he's
Who?
still he
Yeah.
from what I understand, he's still signed. They're just trying to find the right time to bring
Right.
him out.
Tom.
Man, he's
Yeah,
been there for like, what, 5 months now? 4 or 5 months?
Sometimes it takes that long.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he did for Jeff Cobb. He got signed and here
Yeah,
he is.
because he just did New Japan and he's ready.
Yeah, true.
Said, and did he say that he was retired? Yeah, retired from
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
New
that that was
Japan. Yo,
that
I
was a
yeah,
could
bunch of crap. I knew that was
I
crap. He
could
was
not do.
yeah,
yeah.
I
I
knew that
So
was
couldn't.
crap.
I'm gonna put
No,
Jeff Cobb in a spot right now, and it's not gonna be something that you guys predicted for him to go to Lucha Underground, put on the mask, and go Matanzas on us. Like
hmm
this is something different. Y'all didn't expect that. He came out and looked like $1 million. So
Hmm.
you know,
someone did point it out though, and I can't unsee it now. He kind of does look like Rhino.
Yes.
uh,
Body shape and everything. Oh
I did,
damn.
yes. I didn't see it at first, and when someone pointed out, I was like, nah, I can't see it. It's like his son.
yeah, they both built like a college dorm room fridge.
Yes.
Not the
Exactly.
fridge.
not the fridge. That's wicked.
Very very
The
boxy.
fridge is wild.
That's wicked.
All right, so I gotta ask you a question, Tyree.
What's up?
So you've been hearing a lot of the Will Osprey slander. What is your
Oh,
take on that? What is your
oh,
take on that? Because I gave my point of view. I'll explain my point of view real quick before you go.
Oh man.
All right, so I basically think and I don't know if you'll agree or disagree. Well, I basically think that I didn't see what Will Ospreay did that was wrong. I feel like if you're a professional wrestler or a professional athlete in general, and you're not trying to tell people that you're the best and that you're better than people, then what are you doing it for? If you're not trying to be that guy, then what are you doing it for? You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like anything that he said was bad. Like he said that he feels like he's a better wrestler than most of the guys in WWE. You know what I mean? And honestly speaking, with exception of a few people there, I feel like he got some valid points. You know what I'm
I agree.
saying? He got
and
some
it goes.
valid points. The only difference is that the only weakness that I see that he really has is his promos. His promos have gotten better. Don't get me wrong, they have
hmm
gotten better over the course of time. But I feel
Especially
like
around like that
I
pit.
I feel like his promos has transitioned well to the United States crowd. I feel like when he was in New Japan, it was different because they had like the promos can be stretched differently because that crowd they caters to a different. I don't know how to explain, but they just
Cater
cater
to a
to.
different audience.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like his transition to the U.S. crowd was is pretty well so far as like him cutting promos, but for him to say what he said, I don't have a problem with it. Like.
Okay. So my point of view is there's a reason why he's not transcending the way he is. He's supposed to.
Mhm.
That's the same reason why Kenny Omega is not transcending like he was supposed to coming out of New Japan and translating to he's not a megastar. He's not a star. That he's a very good wrestler. Once he starts connecting more instead of like transcending the if y'all are my friend and I wrestle in front of you, you're gonna mess with my stuff or whatever I do. But once he starts bringing in new people and bringing in new fans and all that good stuff, he doesn't have the ability to kind of bring in the casual to the smart marks and stuff like that. Sure, he's the greatest ever. But when he has to do a promo or do a mic, do something with mic work or anything like that, it's it's not there. And then he doesn't give things time in the ring for people who don't know as much wrestling to digest. So if he goes due to eat, he gets to slow down and people get to spoon feed him and stuff like that instead of shoving empanadas down his mouth and letting somebody chew and actually digest what's going on. So once he is able to transcend that, I think he's a megastar. But he doesn't have that. That's like with Ricochet. Ricochet is one of the best ever. But he couldn't talk, which hindered his growth.
Mhm.
And he wasn't the star that he was supposed to be coming out of Dragon Gate.
Mhm.
So there's a whole nother there's a job description when it comes to professional wrestler. He excels in one thing and he's mediocre in the other. And the people with the sliders that go all the way up or something like that are the true superstars and stuff like that that can go in. He may be a better wrestler than Roman Reigns, but he bring in more money. He transcends. People know who Roman Reigns is. Regular wrestling fans don't know who Will Ospreay is.
Well,
But Smart Marks will give him 6, 7, 8 stars because he threw up a banger, which is cool. But is he going to sustain the business? Once his
and
contract is over, he can go wherever the hell he wants and do whatever he wants. He hasn't left a mark there.
and
That's
one thing I would
my
like to say. So, what did Ric Flair do for like all his career? He's the best. He's the man. That it stops with him. What did CM Punk do? He's the best. He still says it. He's the best in the world.
Mhm.
To me, Will Ospreay having that confidence in himself to say he's the best. I mean, yeah, he's still working on his mic skills. And his Wednesday's promo was by far, in my opinion, his best one.
Mhm.
But he can outshine. I agree with Bars. He can outshine many people in WWE except for
Sure.
a few.
Sure, but CM Punk sold shirts and CM Punk did a bunch of business. Ric Flair got the baby face that was going there, more business, more revenue, more. He transcended a lot of people because he can be boisterous in front of the camera and be able to translate whatever he's doing to the people that are at home that might be not be as knowledgeable as a person with a podcast or somebody who's with a live or somebody like me who's done it. Like those guys have done it. That pipe bomb that CM Punk did, people remember that because it was
Mhm.
properly platformed and it was properly cut and it was a moment in history. I have not seen that from him.
And
Except he's been doing 10, 11, 15 interviews from guys who interview wrestlers talking about WWE this, WWE that, when he could be solidifying his own business.
Mhm.
Let me say this. Let me say this. And Bars heard me say it. Um, The problem I have with Will Ospreay is number one, he doesn't sell for shit. He doesn't. Like I'm watching tonight, and we even saw Gunther sell to Pat McAfee, and Pat McAfee is not a professional wrestler, and Will Ospreay doesn't do that, and I don't understand why. Like, are his matches exciting? Yes, they are, but I don't believe it though because he's not selling anything for the other wrestler. Like if you get hit with a tombstone, sell it. Don't just pop right up like nothing even happened to you. For the longest time, the tombstone was untouchable.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I mean?
so a great perk of a wrestler is who you can make. And so like with Gunter, what he did was solidify Pat McAfee as some sort of a badass for stepping up to him by selling at least some of his stuff, even if he kicked out at one. He bumped for him. He did his thing. How many people can you make in a loss? There's good losses, there's bad losses, there's stuff like that. I don't remember his opponents. I don't remember Will Ospreay's opponents. We know that Will Ospreay had a banger. With who? We don't know. Who did he make Gabriel Kidd or who he had that cage match with?
That was Kyle Fletcher.
That was Kyle Fletcher.
Kyle Fletcher. Is Kyle Fletcher a bigger star than what he did come out of it, or is everybody talking about Will Ospreay?
I think he's a bigger star. I think he's a bigger heel.
Coming from it, Kyle Fletcher.
Yes, Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, Kyle Fletcher's nice, man.
Yeah,
Kyle he's nice, improved,
but
a lot of it wasn't.
So my mentality when I go in the ring is who can I make a star? Who can I solidify as a star to kind of either if they beat me or if they lose to me or something like that to give them power. I haven't seen that from him.
Yeah, this is the one thing.
Brock Lesnar's done a great job at that. When he was facing off against the smaller guys like Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles and stuff like that, Brock Lesnar got all the power and star power in the world or whatever, and then he goes into matches with those guys, and those matches be the psychology, the matches be A1, and you make those guys. You know? So like.
Yeah, there's one thing. Like, I love watching AEW. I'm a big fan, and I'm a fan of a lot of guys in there. But there is one thing that, yes, I agree on that point, that there is not a lot of selling in the company as a whole. You will see a lot of guys do what Will Ospreay does. They'll do the tombstone that pops back up, or they'll, like, Speedball, he did his kick thing to... who was it on Wednesday night? Whoever it was on Wednesday night. And all of a sudden he does the roundhouse kick on him and then he pops back up. So it's exciting, like the acrobats, like seeing them do things like that was pretty freaking cool. But as far as the selling, that I agree, like they need to do better at that, and that's where I think a lot of people like talk negative about them is because of those things. And if they could just get better at that and critique that a little bit more, and they could still be the alternative, but just sell in the ring. Ric Flair said it on his podcast a few years ago. It doesn't matter the wins or losses or championships. It's about what you do in the ring to sell, to not only do for yourself, but the other guy, and to sell and to put butts in seats.
Just like when Ray Phoenix got to WWE, that first match he had time to breathe and time to cook. And that meant, like when he did the backflip, homie did the backflip, got the flip, they sold that, they came back right into it and got off his stuff. You can do half the stuff, and if sold properly, it'll give twice the effect. There's a whole ring psychology that like the Lucha Brothers go to WWE, they're way bigger stars than they were over there because they can sell and people can see their face, people can connect with those guys. I don't see that with them. So you can wrestle as many circles as you want around people. If I can't connect with you, or if I don't give a damn of who you're working or who you're wrestling, it is what it is.
That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, especially when you got like some of the little guys going up against the big guys in AEW, and the big guy does like Murder Hawk when he does like a huge clothesline, like he did it to Will Ospreay once, and then Will Ospreay just popped right back up. It's like, okay, he just like slaughtered you with the clothesline. At least sell it just for a minute. Don't just pop right back
And
up
this is
like that
like
was nothing.
technical. This is like technical. Like when there was a triple threat match. It was like Oba, no, it was Keith Lee and Dijak, NXT a while ago,
Oh
and
yeah.
Dijak would take the power bomb. He'll flip up and do the and then but he's holding his neck the whole time, and then he
Mhm.
hits him with something, and then he goes down to sell the effects of it.
Mhm.
Like I see that every match in AEW, and it dilutes whatever the hell they got going on.
Yeah. So like WWE tonight, like a lot of the things with like even with Cena and Orton, like they're selling it back and forth. They're selling uh the effects of the RKO or the AA, or it wasn't RKO, or and then he kicks out and he pops right back up, and then they're going full force. Like they were dragging in the ring, getting up and all that. So it's like, we all know this is a work, but sell it like and make us believe and get emotionally invested. And I love seeing the acrobatic stuff in AEW, but I want to see some more selling. I want to see like you got hit with you got put through a table. Okay, you're not just going to bounce back up. You're going to sell it the effects, like, oh, like your back's hurting, your ribs are hurting, whatever.
I mean, did you see the way that Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre sold that table spot?
Yes, they didn't get back in the match. They didn't get back in the match.
You know,
And they were actually getting quote unquote medical attention. Like, oh crap, but you just took them out.
even better. During that match, they had that we call in the wrestling business a waterfall spot, where Jacob was walling out, and then he got hit with the BFT.
Yes.
BFT choke slam, Claymore. He turns over 1-2. Drew McIntyre has to break it up, and then they sit for a little bit.
Yes.
It's like these bursts of energy and stuff like that. Like it makes a lot more sense. They didn't just get up and just start triple, quadruple super kicking each other. It's
All I'm saying is that you're a big star, or you're supposed to be a big star for the other company. Look at somebody. The biggest star for the WWE is probably their best seller, and that's Roman Reigns. He's probably
Yes.
their best seller. He sells like his life is depending on it.
I
If we
love
can
how
get
he
just like a
sold Braun
fraction of
Breaker's
that
spirit.
from right, if we can get like a fraction of that from a Will Ospreay, I think me personally, even though this promo still need a little work, I
Mm-hmm.
think that will put him over the top. Like
Oh yeah.
sell some of these moves.
Oh
That's
yeah.
all I'm asking for.
Yeah.
Like
You're
Roman Reigns
entitled to your
selling
opinion. Absolutely,
Braun
you're
Breaker.
entitled to your opinion. Absolutely, I want you to be confident in the work that you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but make me as the fan believe it. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah. I
Like
see the
Roman
point. I
Reigns
see the point.
selling the spear of Braun Breaker, that was cinema. Quote unquote. They him just holding his ribs, and now he's out for a little while. Hopefully not too long like last year, but just selling the effects like Braun Breaker, because he hit 2 spears on him, and he's selling the effects of that. That is just like if he does come back if he did come back within the week of that same week, I want to see his like ribs taped up, or something. But he's not.
bro. Alistair Black is selling an eye injury from the pandemic.
Exactly.
Like it's possible, bro.
Exactly. I mean, I think he was even selling that in AEW.
Yeah.
Like that's great wrestling right there. Like that's the stuff I like seeing out of guys and the girls.
And then
So-
wrestling fans kill kayfabe. So
And that's one thing. Like, so someone told me, like with The Rock, what he talked about Pat McAfee, right? And the response he did to Dave LaGreca, I think I said his name right, hopefully, that kayfabe I said I wish WWE protected kayfabe a little bit more, especially when it comes to The Rock. Um, and he said, "Well, you can't protect it because of social media." This is true, social media, but you can still protect it uh, more so than you are now. Like someone shared after the triple threat match of the women with Rhea, Bianca, and Io, like Rhea and Bianca were having a moment backstage because I mean they gave a great match, but someone backstage videoed them hugging each other and congratulating one another, and then they quickly ran off because they saw it. But so like social media and cell phones kind of do kill the kayfabe. But you as a wrestler try to do everything you can at all costs to protect it. Like if you're in a feud with someone, sell that even
That's it.
outside of the ring.
Even the example you just said is impossible when you think it's a safe space, and you got dickheads who just want to make a name or something like that, try to get some views by exposing something like that. That's how things get leaked. That's how things get set out there. And then we got panels on panels with think pieces and think pieces who, that's how they think they're in the business because they got a good source or something like that. Like, and like a while ago when Naomi came back from TNA, like somebody was like, oh, they got her in catering and stuff like that. She was supposed to have a moment and stuff like. I'm like, how do you know it's in her contract? How do you know it's in her contract? And like people think they're in the business and they're not, and then people think they have the right to record or like right to give that information. Like when Triple H does the thing, I'm not sure if y'all follow the Instagrams of WWE when they
Yeah, I
showed
follow him.
when they show the production of like how they do Penta's entrance and stuff like that. Those are the production guys. That's not giving you a secret away. We do know the pyro comes from a stage.
Yeah.
So like if Triple H is directing, hey, how he wants this angle to go. That's cool. But when you start taking video of backstage and Gorilla and stuff like that, it's not Total Divas or anything like that. Then we got a problem. You can't really protect that because now social media got a hold of it.
Yeah,
And
just
that's
like
one small thing I gotta think is.
it's just like when we saw um, Cody and Kevin Owens ad last year when they had that parking lot thing and somebody videoed it. That wasn't on the camera.
Yeah.
That was
And
on somebody
there you go. That's
videoing
the
it.
point. So now you have to adjust. Now we got to create a parking lot brawl, and create a new angle. Like somebody leaked something, and now we got a good angle. Now everybody's talking about it. So it's a going back and forth between what you guys want, what you guys know, and what production. Like if The Rock came out tonight with Cena and stuff like that, everybody predicted something. Nobody thought of R-Truth in that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It keeps you on your toes. It doesn't seem so predictable. Now, if somebody you thought, hey, somebody's gonna come out here this time, and then they come out, now it's predictable and stale, right? Like,
Well, right now, like to me, like the whole Rock thing now, like even if he came back as quote unquote final boss, I'm just not going to be into it as anymore as I used to because of what he did with Pat McAfee. It's just like it's just not the same now. Like, am I going to be excited to see The Rock? Yeah, because I'm a Rock fan. I follow his workout stuff. I love the Project Rock gear and all that. But as far as the final boss character, I'm not going to be invested anymore with what he did on Pat McAfee and how he responded in the comments on Dave McGregor. It's just like, okay, like you don't take this seriously. How am I supposed to take it seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be like Undertaker, like coming out social media years ago and be like, hey guys, yeah, I'm not really a dead man, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, we know you're not, but
yeah, because he's
Undertaker,
retired and can do
yeah,
that.
yeah, now he is. Like a lot of people are commenting, well, Undertaker's ruining it. Yeah, he's retired, so he has his own podcast talking about the good old days because he's not wrestling no more.
No one said anything when Kane became a governor or whatever the hell he was.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
Undertaker could dye his hair blonde now if he wants to, and it wouldn't matter to me because he's not selling the character no more. He is Mark Calloway now. So if
Yeah.
if The Rock, if he's going to come back and take things seriously, cool. I want to see it. But if you're just going to come back to get your little moment, and do the good goosebumps thing, and then you're going to leave for how long and not sell nothing, then sorry, even though I love you in your movies, I'd rather not want to see you.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Well, guys, I don't know what time it is where you guys are at, but it's like 107 where I'm at, and
Yeah.
I'm going to get ready to take it down real soon because I gotta upload these videos and edit some footage real quick before I go
Yeah,
lay
you
down.
old. It's past your bedtime.
Yeah. Hey, hey, man, it's all good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm up for a good cause. You know what I'm saying? Like plus I got to finish this real quick before my wife come down here and start dragging me upstairs. So yeah, I gotta wrap this up. I don't think I'm gonna be on live tomorrow because tomorrow's Mother's Day. So I owe it to my wife to to lead a social media thing alone for at least a day or two. You know what I'm saying?
Happy Mother's Day to your wife.
Yeah. So
Happy Mother's Day to everybody, wives, mamas, everywhere.
Thank you.
yeah.
Ladybug, if you a
Yeah.
mama, happy Mother's
Happy
Day.
Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Ladybug. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm gonna be, but I probably will upload some video, like some like clips or whatever. But as far as everything else, I probably am not gonna be on because I gotta give her time. This whole weekend is gonna be about her. I did enough wrestling for the day, so that's
Good,
what I'm
good.
gonna
I got work tomorrow, so.
do. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. But
Tyree needs to go to church.
Hallelujah.
Amen. I'll
Hallelujah.
be watching church online.
yeah. Oh yeah, that definitely gonna be in church tomorrow. So yeah, yeah. All right, so I appreciate all y'all. You know what I mean? Make sure if y'all not following each other, follow each other. Um,
I just
me,
followed everybody.
yeah. I definitely would like to have you on a live again, Tyree. You know what I mean? Whenever you got free time, I
Guns are
usually,
blazing. Guns are blazing. Guns
huh?
are blazing. Guns are blazing
Hey,
hot.
hey, hey, guns are blazing hot.
Chill,
You know what
bro.
I'm saying? Wherever it's like, yeah, I definitely would like to have you on live again.
Middle finger itchy, brother.
Yeah,
No,
So hold on, real quick before you
that's
get off
crazy.
bars. So is it just like a Chris thing with you, and you come in guns a blazing at Chris? Is it just a Chris thing?
It's a Chris thing.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
okay, okay, all
It's
right.
it's it's one. It's definitely a Chris thing. I troll Chris
Okay,
personally. I troll Chris.
I was
I
just
understand
curious
that
because
though.
every time I see you on Chris's live, it's just like
I troll Chris.
bombs going off.
Everybody else is just like a residual, but I troll Chris.
yeah, okay, okay. We understand now.
Yeah.
We understand now. Okay. All right, so
Man,
like I s-
I didn't forget about you, Tyree. I just got busy. Me and my wife,
Hey,
we just bought our first house, so
Oh,
we getting busy moving and
congrats,
stuff
man.
like
I
that.
almost got
So
you kicked out a brand new house. That's crazy.
Yeah, congrats, bro.
I appreciate it, Bars. Appreciate it, man.
Congrats, man.
congratulations.
But I ain't forget
Pause.
about you, Tyree.
Hey. Apparently, you know where to find me.
I already know, bro.
You feel me?
Yeah. All right, folks. So I'm gonna be chopping up this vid, so you definitely will see some clips. It's gonna also be available on YouTube too. So like, you know what I mean? Y'all be able to see the reels, share it how you feel. I'm gonna tag everybody in it that's been involved. I'm gonna tag y'all in it so
Yes,
y'all
sir.
could take it. And also I won't be the only one that have a copies of it. The moderators, I also made it available to them so they'll have their own copies as well. So they can,
Go.
take clips of it however they choose. So I made that available to y'all. I forgot to tell y'all that. So
Oh,
Dub,
thank you.
Ladybug, I think Angel, Conscious, like y'all all gonna have your own copies of the video. I'm glad TikTok put that feature on there. So now, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's nice.
Yeah. So
Okay.
y'all can
Yeah.
chop it up
Yeah.
however y'all want. You know what I mean?
And I
So,
meant
so
when I said Tyree, I'm a support you too because I meant when I said about supporting each other.
I
Yeah.
appreciate
So
So
that, and I'm gonna uplift everybody who's kinfolk. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. But like I said before, know what I mean, I'm serious about that wrestling thing. You know what I mean? Like I definitely would like at least try at least once because I did like go for 6 months of training when
What state are you in?
I'm in New Jersey.
Oh, Jersey, Monster Factory, either Monster Factory or Cap.
Nah, there was a local trainer. He used to work for ECW, and he was training local guys. And he
See, there you
trained.
go. You gotta go. If you're gonna go to a wrestling school, you gotta go to a wrestling school. You can't go to Joe, Dick, and Harry down the street. You
Yeah,
gotta go to Monster Factory, Cap, Russell Pro in Jersey. There's Team Adams down there who trained like Tasha Steelz, Mega Bane, stuff
yeah,
like that. Like, go if you're gonna go to a real wrestling school.
yeah,
You get the full experience.
yeah, yeah. No, you right. You right. You know
You
what I'm
too old,
saying?
bro. Get
You
it out
just
your mind. You too old.
Go to a
hey, I
fantasy.
Me,
ain't-
Look
me,
for a
Say that
fantasy.
me, and
Darwin,
you.
you're so discouraging.
Look for a
No, because
fantasy camp. They do
listen,
1 day
listen,
camps for
Ladybug.
people who like get off the couch and want to do it, or think they can do it. And if you want to sign up, you can sign up after. But you get a full day, couple hours, and just see if you like it.
yeah. I'll probably
Listen,
check out one of
Ladybug.
the camps. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah,
saying.
Me, me, Bars, and Jay Styles earlier, we were just talking about how Bars' knees and ankles, my knees, I got arthritis and had 2 ACL surgeries, and then Jay Styles is just old.
brother.
So,
I'm 300 plus pounds, can move like a Ferrari,
How
and like my leg is broken. I'm still doing. Y'all can do it, bro.
did you not
Y'all
see
can
Ric
do it.
Flair for how long?
no,
Ric Flair,
Hey,
I'm not
bro.
hopped up on the juice
Ric
either.
Flair was also snowing. It was also snowing when we
Thank you,
came
Jeff
back.
Hardy.
thank you.
So,
And,
so,
and
you
not for
know,
nothing,
Okay.
not for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like the only reason why my knee was like that is because I was hooping and I didn't stretch because I play
he
ball.
was
So
hooping.
yeah, so I didn't.
Hooping. One of them
I
young boys got him with the sham guard.
oh
And
nah, I was nah. Actually, what happened was like I usually wear my knee braces and I didn't wear the knee brace on one
he
on
stepped
one of my
wrong. He
legs.
stepped wrong. Give the
So
poke.
so
Give him the
that's what
screen.
happened. But it's all good. I'm good. You know what I mean. I'll probably check out one of them camps just to see what it's
Yeah.
about. Whatever. That's all.
Hey,
Do
Ladybug, just
so.
so you know, me, Bars, and Jay Styles, we've all gotten pretty cool with each other, so I feel more comfortable giving him a hard time now.
I know, but just I cannot believe Barnes is older than me. So that's why I have to encourage him to go for
Well, you
his
said
dream.
42, right?
I'm 43.
Oh, never mind. You too
43.
old, Bars. I'm
That's
sorry. You need to sit
crazy.
down.
Yeah.
Just
I,
kidding.
I, I,
Diamond Dallas Page started at 38.
I mean,
Oh, what
No,
see?
it was 35.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
It was 35.
Was it 35? That was
It was
38.
Yeah, it was 35.
Okay.
yeah,
Bars,
Yeah.
if you want to do it, try. You know.
Well, he didn't get his first match until 38. I will say that.
nah, it's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool. I ain't say I was gonna be no Dean Malenko or nothing. I just said I'll go to a camp or two and just check it out and just see what it's
Yeah, do it.
about. You know what I
Do it.
mean?
You
And
get
then
hurt, you know your wife gonna get you.
You know, I saw
You
this
gotta
thing
bring her.
online. I saw like it's on the WWE website for WrestleMania 42, I think, where you can try to do the like little experience. I want to do that too. Like you
Oh,
can get in the ring.
you trying to do an entrance. They trying to bump.
Yeah.
Oh, ain't no they.
They're
Ain't
trying
no
to take
they.
bumps.
I'm not bumping shit.
I was thinking about doing it.
The army tore my body up. I ain't doing it. But Bars, you go for it, bro.
I'll just check it out. You know what I mean? I ain't saying nothing's gonna happen for me. Just check it out. You know.
Well, let me know, Bars. Let me know how your experience is.
Document it. You got to. You're gonna document it.
Oh, I will. I will
Let
for
me let me
sure.
know what. Let me know if you end up doing it. I will go to it. I will drive my happy ass over there. I will
Nah,
do it.
nah, for real. I'm
I'll
I'm
do it
I'm
with you.
Now that's
definitely
support right there.
I
I
will do
def
it with you.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. You know what I mean?
All right. You know how to reach me now, brother. I'm here
Yeah, I
for you.
do. All right, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
y'all.
brother.
Yeah.
I'll
All right.
holler at y'all. Get some Z's, guys.
All
All
right,
right.
Have a
man.
good
All
Y'all
right,
night.
take
y'all take
care.
it easy.
Take care.